His life is a fairy tale story for every youngster who has ever put on a pair of skates and picked up a hockey stick. And now his is the story to be emulated forever in the game of hockey. And it all began back in Brantford, Ontario. Every grandmother should be a part of a youngster's life. She was the first goaltender he faced. Then to the out-of-doors, and the slap shot that would become so famous was taken to the Brantford Nadrowski Steelers. And young Wayne Gretzky was a star, and stars do get advantages, like meeting your hero. And his name was Gordie Howe, a name he would inextricably be bound up with for the rest of his life. To the Edmonton Oilers, where the goals came, and so did the wins, and so did the points. 10 years, 8 scoring titles. Wayne Gretzky, the Stanley Cups. Would he forever be in Edmonton? It certainly seemed that way, but not so. All of a sudden, Wayne Gretzky was in Los Angeles, and there was more to be done. Gretzky outpacing his heroes, 1,850 points, as he became the all-time leading scorer in 1989. But there was the goal chase, the one record he does not own. Gordie Howe's 801 goals. Last season, injuries kept him out a good part of the year, but he came back, and in yet another fairy tale chapter in his life, he led the Los Angeles Kings to the Stanley Cup Finals. There's Mickey, there's Babe, and there's 99. And tonight, Wayne Gretzky, 3 to tie and 4 to break Gordie's mark. And welcome to the Forum in Los Angeles, everybody. ESPN2's Fire on Ice, where tonight the Gretzky Watch continues. Can he get those 4 goals and establish the new goal mark? We'll see. The Los Angeles Kings and the Ottawa Senators coming up next.
With Bowflex, you can outperform Solaflex and Nordic Flex, and we can show you how. Call this toll-free number now, and we'll send you our head-to-head comparison video absolutely free. Sound interesting? If you call now, you'll also receive this free fact-filled brochure that details the quality, convenience, and performance that only Bowflex can deliver. Call right now and make your own comparison. The time and money you save will be worth it.
If you're looking for a new career opportunity, listen to this. There's never been a better time to be an electronics repair technician, like me. We're really in demand, and you could be too. The National Education Center is now offering a course to train you as an electronics repair technician. Call now for a copy of this brochure. This could be your chance of a lifetime.
For a brochure, call NEC at 1-800-554-9000. 1-800-554-9000. Call now.
That's him. Really? Him? Because he looks a little, you know, kind of... Joe, we're doing a promo for Friday night's game. How about smiling for the camera? Well, that was something. That was maybe. That was pretty good. Grin. Maybe a smirk.
The Stanley Cup Playoffs. The magic of the 93 Stanley Cup Playoffs is yours forever with this power-packed video. You'll cheer the overtime victories, last-second dramas, and hockey star-studded performances. You'll find all the spectacular players and plays in the official 93 Stanley Cup video. To order for $19.95 plus $4.95 shipping, use your credit card and call 1-800-688-1991. That's 1-800-688-1991.
And welcome back to the Forum in Los Angeles. Something's got to give here tonight. The Kings haven't won at home in 8 games, and Ottawa hasn't won in 20 games on the road. But that's not why we're here, is it? Wayne Gretzky, this is the Gretzky Watch. He's got to get 3 more in order to tie and 4 to break Gordie Howe's mark. But it has been a very tough last week and a half. Mr. Hockey has always been the hero of Wayne Gretzky ever since he was a child. Great One has just admired him, and he still does. But there's only one record left that Gretzky doesn't own. And that, of course, is the 801 goal mark. Look what he's done. 7 shots since his last goal 14 periods ago in Hartford. So we hope tonight at least he'll get part of that done. Maybe more importantly for the Kings, they got to have some W's.
Yeah, Wayne may get it done against the Ottawa Senators, but besides that, the LA Kings have their backs to the wall. It is do or die. There is no tomorrow. And with that, we officially declare cliche season open here in Los Angeles. Why? Well, you look at the Western Conference standings. The top 5 teams, no problem, they're in. But you look at the race down the ladder, and you see that the LA Kings not only have to pass Anaheim, but also the San Jose Sharks to squeak into a playoff spot. And the big news around here concerning a rumor was Barry Melrose this morning. Would he survive as head coach of the LA Kings? He was supposed to be fired today. That didn't happen. This morning, he addressed the issue.
Oh, I'm sure it's in jeopardy. Every coach's position in jeopardy. We're not winning, and I'm the coach, and the coach has full responsibility. I take full responsibility for the situation. I did last year. I do this year. That's just my job, and I have no problem doing that.
And this may be the man who will be chasing the great one. This is the 19-year-old Alexander Daigle, who may go after all those records Gretzky has set. They'll be on the ice when we come back.
Something happening here. What it is exactly clear. It's time to stop. What's that sound? Everybody look what's going down. Get out of the old and get into the cold.
Dear car owners, if you had a brake problem tomorrow, could you think of one brake specialist to go to? Where can you go for same-day brake service? A guarantee on brake shoes and pads for as long as you own your car. And the expertise of doing over 2 million brake jobs a year? Midas.
Think of us as the brake specialists. We're pretty good at mufflers, too.
If the big head iron can do this with 2 balls, imagine what it can do with just 1. Double your sweet spot. Call 1-800-BIG-HEAD.
Before introduction, a Moen faucet is tested at least 500,000 times against leaks and drips. So it's hard to find a more reliable faucet, no matter how you look at it. Moen. Buy it for looks. Buy it for life.
You know, a lot of people ask me what the LA stands for. Low altitude? I don't think so. Laid back attitude? No way. Los Angeles? Man, get real.
Logo Athletic, official NBA licensed products.
Fire on Ice, ESPN2's exclusive coverage of the National Hockey League is brought to you by Honda Motorcycles. Come in for Red Hot Deal Days through April 30th. Honda, come ride with us. And from the MASH, from Fila. Fila, change the game. By the U.S. Navy, you and the Navy, full speed ahead. Welcome back, everybody. Starting goaltenders for tonight's game, Mark LaForest. Boy, he doesn't make many of them. You see only 4 games played in. This is a veteran, 31 years old, 9th season, most of it spent in the minors. But he gets the start tonight, and at the other end, the man who starts most of them for the Los Angeles Kings in one of the game's outstanding goaltenders, Kelly Hrudey.
He's had a chance to be outstanding this year, hasn't he? You got to get a lot of shots to get any recognition. And Kelly Hrudey, you can't imagine where the Kings would be right now had they not had solid goaltending. Kelly Hrudey's save percentage just under 900. Rob Stauber, the other referee with the King, other goalie at least, has a save percentage over 900 as well. Man, that's incredible with the protection that he hasn't received.
Our referee started in '91. He's from Savannah, Georgia. Dennis LaRue. Our linesman, veteran Dan McCord, and Tim Nowak will be working with him. And we are underway. The Ottawa Senators and the Los Angeles Kings. Gretzky not on the starting line. Robert Long shot deflected. Rebound to the point. Lake shot deflected wide. The Kings are going to come out, believe me, with a 4-barrel gun and 6 ablaze. A 2-hour and 20-minute meeting this morning. Motivational speakers. The coach's job is on the line, and they have got to get points immediately if they have any chance of making the playoffs. So they believe they are ready to go. Offside will come right here, but it'll be waved off.
And the lucky Ottawa Senators get to be here for them.
The last team in the National Hockey League, literally in almost every sense. They have given up a ton of goals this year. 4.66. Their average this season, the most of any team. In front, shot, a great save made. Robert Long was wide open, and the save made by Mark LaForest, who's had to come on big here in the opening minutes. And with the Kings coming out in the style they have for tonight's game, with all the fire and all the adrenaline, it's going to be important for the Ottawa Senators to be able to hang on for at least the first half of this first period in order to get things back at some level. Dennis Vial lost that one back to center. Played by Troy Murray. Dumped into the corner. He's out there with Davidoff. Eugene Davidoff in the corner could not control. We'll keep an eye, of course, every time Gretzky is out on the ice tonight, and he is right now taking his first shift.
Man, does he have the speed on his wings. He's got Yari Curry. That's not new, but Tony Granato is playing his first game since his suspension. He missed 15 with the suspension, so it will be Granato on one side of Gretzky and Yari Curry on the other.
They have played a lot together, and with Thomas Sandstrom no longer here, with a deal to Pittsburgh now, with Granato back, that line can't produce at all. They'll stay together. Donnelly tried to intercept, knocked away at center ice. Kings hitting back on side. Gretzky remains out, lost it. Up ice, Alexander Daigle moves in. Daigle, the shot saved by Kelly Rudy, and Rudy will have to cover up with Turgeon moving in for the rebound.
Well, the rumors have circulated concerning Barry Melrose, and it's kind of interesting that in spite of the fact the Ottawa Senators are rock bottom, Rick Bowness hasn't had his name mentioned at all. Barry Melrose all over not only the New York Post today, but then here. And Rick Bowness, in spite of the fact that his team has been in last place for most of this season, seems reasonably solid. The reason he is solid is this: they are under tremendous budget constraints in Ottawa. They give him no players at all. And I'm happy for him. You know why? Because they're sticking with him in spite of the fact they're losing, because he can't do much about the talent that he has on the ice. And he's a good coach.
Gord Dineen sent it up ice. They're not going to do anything in Ottawa until their new building's taken care of. It's at least 3 years away. The financing is still in question. And until that's done, they're not going to spend money on players. That's simple for them. Marty McSorley from behind his own net gave it up. A whistle, a delayed penalty coming up on the Ottawa Senators. Delayed penalty. And the first power play of this game is going to go to the Los Angeles Kings. When we come back to the Great Western Forum, Turgeon will be in the penalty box, and the Kings will be on the power play.
When Burger King Flame Broiling went one-on-one against frying, you know who won? Flame Broiling won, 4-1. In fact, the Flame Broiled Whopper is the #1 preferred burger in America. And for a limited time, the Whopper is just 99 cents. 99 cents for the #1 burger.
Welcome to
We
Burger
may not
King.
be the world's #1 fast food place. It just tastes that way.
Get a 99-cent Whopper at Burger King.
Turgeon is in the penalty box for the Ottawa Senators, and the first power play of the game is going to go to the Los Angeles Kings. A roughing call put Turgeon there. Gretzky will be out on the power play. Robitaille gets it in. Offside are the Kings. Look at Ottawa. They're last in that department as well. They've given up 94 power play goals.
They're last in every category except power play. And they're their 23rd.
94 power play goals surrendered, and they've scored 55.
Gary, I'm telling you, they only have 5 6 players who are bona fide NHL 1994 caliber players.
Unbelievable. They got the 2 kids. Shot in on Kelly Rudy. Blake back to get it. Alexander Daig, who wears 91, 7th among rookie scorers. And Alexei Yashin, who wears 19, who has been the leader most of the season among rookie scorers. But Renberg has passed him now. Power play for the Kings. Gretzky will be working. He's behind the net. Looking for the goals here tonight. Intercepted out deep, sent out of the zone by Dave McIlwain, the veteran. Kelly Rudy at the other end back to get it. Blake will be working with Zhitnik on the power play. Robitaille could not connect on that one. Luc Robitaille, 23 power play goals, leads the National Hockey League in that department. And he's out there with Yari Curry and Gretzky on this first power play unit. Behind the net, Zhitnik. Zhitnik got turned around. Good play by Andrew McBain on the forecheck, short-handed, forcing the play back. Now they come through center. Blake up. Blake the shot. Score!
What a great play by Wayne Gretzky in the neutral zone. You know, for a while lately, he had changed his game. He was trying to score. Well, he is a setup guy on this one. Rob Blake just kept on coming, and Wayne Gretzky had everything slowed down, so he dished off to Rob Blake. Mark LaForest didn't come out very far to cut down the angle. And keep in mind, while Wayne Gretzky is chasing Gordy's record, Wayne desperately wants to win one more scoring championship. He came into tonight's game 2 points ahead of Fedorov of the Detroit Red Wings. Fedorov has at least 1 goal in his game tonight. So that assist for Gretzky puts him back 2 points ahead of Fedorov.
Blake gets his 17th goal of the season. It comes at 3:27, a power play goal, and a 1-0 lead for the Los Angeles Kings. Rob Blake, who now has 6 power play goals. Gretzky picking up an assist, and so does Luc Robitaille. 3:27 on the power play. Pat Conacher comes through the middle, dumps us in as he got around Daig. LaForest goes back to get it. Mark LaForest has only played a record of 25, 53, and 4 in his National Hockey League career. And the pro career, which is 9 years old at this point. Daig's shot. Kelly Rudy knocks it down. Played behind the net. Shots are 3-3 early on. And the Kings have the 1-0 lead. The other reason Gretzky wants to get these points, part of the battle in this coaching situation with Barry Melrose, Gretzky wants Melrose to stay here.
I think almost everybody does. I mean, I couldn't name one King. And if there is one, he wouldn't come forward.
I don't think there's any player who doesn't want Melrose to be here, but there's no question his job's on the line. But the problem he has with the front office, particularly with Nick Beverly, the GM, they do not get along. He has opposed 2 deals in particular. He did not want Marty McSorley gone originally. There's McSorley back. And Corey Millen's the other one, he told me today, that really set it off. He said, we gave up Corey Millen, who we needed, for nothing. Yeah, 5th-round draft pick to New Jersey. He has argued about that with Nick Beverly since, and they don't get along. Beverly wants him gone.
It's pretty safe to say that if Barry Melrose doesn't go, Nick Beverly will.
Somebody's going to go.
You bet.
So that's the battle, and Gretzky is on the side of Barry Melrose. Played at center, kept in by Yashin. Yashin had it knocked away. Marty McSorley. McSorley flips it up and out of the zone. Chased down at the far end. Gord Deneen. Deneen being hooked by Robitaille. Gets away with it. Cleared it around the net. Darren Rumble over to get it. One of hockey's better names. And he can do just what his name denotes. From the line, save made on Troy Millet's shot, and that'll end up in the seats. 14:25 to go in the first. Great to have you with us here on ESPN2. It's the Kings 1 and the Senators nothing.
If you're ready, if you're smart, here's the place to start. I wanna get to it, wanna get fast. Right here you get the chance. We got the know-how to send you full speed ahead now.
Find out what's in the Navy for you. Call 1-800-USA-NAVY or contact your local Navy recruiter.
You and the Navy know how to go full speed ahead now.
It could only come from here. A land forever frozen. Perfectly pure. And the home of ice. Molson Ice. Ice brewed in Canada by North America's oldest brewery. To be a few degrees colder, a few degrees bolder, yet smooth as ice. Molson Ice, from the land where ice was born.
Well, there's the goal scorer, Rob Blake, and as if there weren't enough distractions for the LA Kings with the Melrose rumors and Wayne Gretzky chasing Gordie Howe. The latest rumor surfaced this afternoon. Rob Blake of the Detroit Red Wings for Keith Primo, Steve Chason, and Mike Sillinger. A 1-for-3 deal.
And the rumors just keep on coming. Wayne Gretzky cleared in by Zhitnik as he went diving away for it. Played on the near side corner. McIlwain up and out of the zone. 14 minutes to go in the first period. Shots 4-3 in favor of the Ottawa Senators. That'll be touched up by Rob Blake and taken up the other way. Blake 10th among defensemen in scoring, starting today's play, and 4th among defensemen in goals.
You know what's interesting about that rumor, Gary, is Keith Primo is the one player that the Detroit Red Wings don't want to part with, but they would be getting a guy that has a tremendous upside if that deal does go down. And the LA Kings would be getting bodies that can play and an upside with a guy like Keith Primo, who everybody thinks will turn into a real solid, great big forward.
Detroit's still trying to make the moves that they think can carry them to the cup, as they, of course, made the Shovel-Day deal. Essenson coming over. Back for Zhitnik. His shot, save made by LaForest. Rebound, Granato batted it away. Held in. Curry, shot, save. Gretzky was hanging. Far side, Mark LaForest able to make the save.
Now, if Wayne hangs there tonight, Gary, something's going to come his way. The Ottawa Senators are not good defensively in their own end. On a lot of nights, they're terrible. Look at the last play. You know, the one thing that may work against the Kings is this. The bad teams get jacked up for Wayne.
Yep, they don't want it to happen against them?
No way. And this is a horrendous trip that the Senators are on. They're on a 20-day trip.
Lord almighty.
And they haven't picked up a point in their last 8 games. Not even a darn tie.
This is the 5th of 7 consecutive on the road. They have lost 8 in a row overall and are 0-18-2 in their last 20 road games. Icing call? No. Granato got there first. Played by the Kings in their own end there, and Rumble back up. Rumble trying to get it back up. Zhitnik held it in. Down Granato. Gretzky were both there. Batted up in the air to center ice. Scott Levin's able to get it out of the zone. Levin's wearing 26. Near side for Zhitnik. Zhitnik will take it back. The Kings are leading it 1-0. Power play goal by Blake has given them the lead. Intercepted down the middle. Good hit put on by Zhitnik. He felt that. He and Herb Ragland collided.
Herb Ragland, all 220 pounds of him. Zhitnik isn't that big. Zhitnik went down, but he made the right play.
Zhitnik got it right in the ribs. Darryl Sador trying to hold it in near side. Does bound to a Sylvain Turgeon. Batted back towards the middle. Kent Painter's there. Painter called up on March 3. A defenseman clears it out. Kelly Rudy out to play it. Even a more incredible thing, Los Angeles Kings, to tell you how much they rely on offense and how bad it's been on D. They've played 2 fewer games than the Ottawa Senators and have given up 200 more shots. Pat Conacher moves in. Donnelly. Conacher scores! Pat Conacher! Great pass from Donnelly. 2-0 Kings.
And you know, while Wayne has been chasing Gordie Howe's record, other guys have had to pick up the scoring. Pat Conacher on this play is in perfect spot, but you know, that replay tells you how bad the Senators are on their own end. Everybody just kind of cruised through. This is a 2-on-4. Here comes Pat Conacher. Nobody stopped him. Nobody moved over. Ken Painter didn't shift lanes and get over in front of Mike Donnelly. And against the Senators, it looks easy. Here's something that will help Wayne Gretzky. If the Senators fall behind early, it wasn't. Believe me, it'll get worse before it gets better for the Senators. And if they pack it in this hockey game, look out for Wayne, boy.
They may break it tonight.
Yeah.
They do get their heads down when they get behind. Conacher at 7:31 in the middle. Robert Long shot save made by LaForest. Long behind the net to Droz to Robitaille. Save LaForest who looked behind him. He thought that had gone in. Conacher at 7:31 from Mike Donnelly. 2-0 Kings. Kelly Rudy as Alexander Day puts it on the short side. He smacked an opponent over the head with his stick. He said he didn't even realize he was doing it when it happened. He was suspended for 15 games. He's finally back tonight, Tony Granato. And even though it's been a long season, you can't help but miss a guy like this. He adds to their offense.
It had to kill him, Gary, that the team that he missed so terribly when he was out only won 2 games during the 15 games that he was absent. I mean, that's like having a straitjacket on when you care as much as Tony Granato cares, because he couldn't even help him.
He's only had 6 goals this season. Shot down the middle, save made on Conacher. Back in front, Dixon Ward. Ward getting moved out of the play, and you
I will say one thing for the Ottawa Senators. When push comes to shove, they can shove. Dennis Vial is out there, number 21. Boy, I would hate to have to go toe-to-toe with him. There he is, number 21. Ask Kenny Baumgartner of the Toronto Maple Leafs. Baumgartner got hurt in a fight with Vial recently. A huge, strong guy. They've got Troy Millette to back him up. There's Vial. You know, the one guy, they've only got one guy that has really surpassed expectation this year on this entire roster, and that's him, according to their management. Dennis Vial, at best, was supposed to be a 7th defenseman for this team, and has worked his way into the lineup consistently as a 5th or 6th defenseman. But that's it. That is the bright spot for this team.
They have sold out all their games last season, their initial year, this year. They've got season tickets that are tied up for 3 or 4 years. But they got problems. And here in Los Angeles, you look at all the empty seats here. It'll be a late arriving crowd. But here's Wayne Gretzky, 4 shy of breaking the mark of Gordie Howe. And this place isn't full. They may have some problems here. Wayne Gretzky will be out to take the face-off. Donnelly gets 2 for roughing at 8:18. So the first power play chance will come up here for the Ottawa Senators. The Senators this season on the power play, they are 23rd. You see, top 24 scorers, all minus on this team. That number, that's like Gretzky's point number. It has no meaning. It's so far off the map. Unbelievable.
What tremendous pressure Wayne is feeling now. He has always played to make sure that he accomplishes what everybody expects him to accomplish, and for that matter, what he wants to accomplish himself. And he has felt lately that he has let a lot of people down. He's really feeling the pressure.
Tim Nowak, the linesman, apparently has lost contact by the looks of things down the lower part of the eye, so he's gone over to the bench, and that's our delay here. Want to remind you now, tomorrow night here on ESPN2 Spire on Ice, we will continue to follow Wayne Gretzky as the Kings will leave after the game tonight and move down to Orange County and Anaheim to take on the Mighty Ducks. We'll have that one for you. Our hope, of course, we'll be able to show you Wayne Gretzky tying and breaking Gordie Howe's mark. So tomorrow night, again, the Kings taking on the Ducks, 10:30 Eastern and 7:30 Pacific. If he doesn't get it tonight, we'll stay with him tomorrow night, see whether or not he can get it done there. Wayne he said it's been a struggle. Talking with him this morning, he said it'd be all right if the only thing I was doing was battling this thing to reach Gordie Howe. I could handle that, he says, but when we're not in the playoffs, I can't handle that, and I can't handle all this discussion about Melrose. He said, I don't want this stuff going on. That's just too much.
You know, add to that the fact that his close friend John Candy died just a few days ago, that his other good friend, the owner Bruce McNall of the LA Kings, is in financial trouble. That has been pretty well documented now. His coin industry, his coin business that he built his empire on, has had to be sold. And, you know, there's a lot going on for Wayne Gretzky right now. An awful lot.
So much is placed on his shoulders in these times to get things done here. And for the Los Angeles Kings, there's Bruce McNall, who is an owner. How much he owns right now, nobody knows. He has sold to some private business people who are involved in communications here on the West Coast. And what we understand, as best we can understand, right now he's going to own about 33 or 32%, but it is not a done deal. And this IDB Communications people, it's not IDB Inc. that's buying part of the Kings, but it's the people involved in IDB, are going to share the ownership with Bruce McNall, and where they stand on Melrose is up in the air.
Exactly.
Nobody knows what they want to do about the coaching thing. Probably they don't either.
And that's where the power play comes. I think that was Kurt Russell that was animatedly trying to sell Bruce McNall an idea about a new movie that was sitting beside Bruce. That's Kurt Russell, isn't it? You bet.
It is, yeah.
Yeah, well, that's where the power struggle comes in. That's why if the new ownership wants Wayne Gretzky here and Wayne wants Barry Melrose here, then Nick Beverly, the general manager,
and
will not be
the
here.
President has got to go.
Roy Malacher?
Roy Malacher, because Malacher's lined up with Beverly in this power struggle here, and it's what an awful time for it to be happening for the franchise overall, which needs the playoff money. I mean, as simple as that.
It looked so golden, didn't it? Just a couple of years ago, even up until last year in the playoffs.
Looks like Pete Demers is taking care of him. The linesman on his way back out, Tim Nowak.
Is that Nowak on the left?
Yes.
Yeah, it's Nowak on the left. Well, Dixon Ward kind of crunched him with the face mask. Now, there are some people that would say that contact being displaced shouldn't cause a problem for any of the referees in the NHL, but we would never volunteer an observation such as that.
Absolutely not. We like those guys too much.
Oh, they're all good guys.
Wayne Gretzky on the faceoff. Now we got a power play underway here for the Ottawa Senators. Kings are shorthanded on the penalty to Donnelly, who went for roughing at 8:18. The Kings have scored a power play and an even strength goal. Blake and Conacher have the goals for the Kings, and we'll get a look at this power play for the Senators. The penalty killers of the Kings, 15th in the league. They've given up 72. Wayne Gretzky shorthanded. Gretzky moving in. Makes the spin. Yari Curry went by, held it in. Great play. Gretzky back for Yari Curry. Curry, defenseman fell down. Curry shorthanded at the post. He hit the wide side post on a shorthanded chance. Kerry Huffman got it back up ice. Alexei Yashin moving it into the corner. Yashin will be out there with Degg, the two rookies. That's Degg with the puck. Yashin right there. Two of the top 10 rookie scorers. Yashin tried to center. It was deflected, and a whistle. Somebody in the crease, maybe? I'm not sure. And I think the net may have come up off the Marsh pegs. That drew the whistle.
Well, Mark LaForest has faced Wayne Gretzky and Yari Curry enough, even though this is his first chance this year with the Senators. There's the trip right there. Was one of the defensemen going down. Rob Blake going to the net actually tripped the defenseman, and bingo, off the post. This time Mark LaForest was way out to cut down the angle. His nickname, appropriately enough, is Trees.
You can see LaForest.
Figure it out.
See the trees.
There you go. Interesting guy. I love his tattoo on his left shoulder. He's got the skull, and the crossbones aren't bones. They are hockey sticks. He's a deadhead.
No comment on that.
Well, Grateful Dead.
He's playing for the right franchise. Ottawa Senators power play, 58 seconds left to go on it. Yashin drops it off. Shot is deflected. Alexander Degg wound up. Goes off the glass. Marty McSorley. Penalty killers out there for the Kings. Working the point. Derek Mayer. Mayer off the Canadian Olympic team just came to them after the Olympics. Deflects up in the air. McBain back to get it. Andrew McBain tied up in the corner with Degg. Kings able to dig it out. 38 left on the power play for the Senators. At center, loose, just bounced up in the air. Shuchuk couldn't get it out. Tries again and does. LaForest back in his own end. Still time, 25 on the power play. Kings leading 2-0. 10 minutes left to go in the first period. Shots are 9-5 in favor of the Kings. Gretzky knocks it away. Yari Curry shorthanded again. Curry with Dineen in front. Curry saved by LaForest. He just got that with a glove, and he's going to play it off. Alexander Degg down to 9 seconds of the power play. Turgeon drops it off. McIlwain back to him. Poke checked away by Yari Curry. McIlwain batters along the boards. Tim Waters had him tied up. Power play is over. They do not convert. We're back to even strength. Turgeon save made by Kelly Rudy. Kelly Rudy, the 33-year-old in his 11th season, starting his 52nd game here tonight, helping out to kill off the penalty. And here at the Great Western Forum, the Kings lead the Senators 2-0.
The rock anthem is something that really inspires. Real honest.
Just driving along in a Chevy, something you'd like pump your fist to. Just rock.
Introducing Entertainment Weekly's new Rock Anthem CD collection. This exclusive new collection has 24 timeless rock anthems compiled for the first time on 2 amazing CDs or audio cassettes. And when you order Entertainment Weekly, you get the Rock Anthems collection free. For free?
I don't believe it.
It's free when you subscribe to Entertainment Weekly at a savings of almost 70% off the cover price. Call right now and get 30 issues for 4 monthly installments of only $5.99 each, or use your credit card today.
This is definitely the ultimate air guitar collection.
So call and subscribe today. You'll save almost 70% off Entertainment Weekly, and you'll get the new Rock Anthems collection free.
2 CDs of those old songs would be like bringing back the old friends.
Hey, have the Ottawa Senators had a scoring chance yet? I don't know if they're trying to make it happen. Bang them off the puck. Come at us now. Come on. Sylvain Turgeon with that attempted hit that missed. It wouldn't be so bad, I think, for the Ottawa fans if this Ottawa team was consistently a big hitting team. They have had big hits, but they are not consistently a big hitting team. And to me, that's something that you can, you know, if you don't have the talent level, at least make up for it with the things that you can control, like hitting.
They just get so down. Robin Long putting the check on the far side. They won 10 games and lost 70 last year. They've won only 10 games again this year. 10, 52, and 8 coming into tonight's game. Even strength. Bial brings it into the zone. Bial got tied up. Jim Pack able to strip the puck away that time. Robert Long clears it ahead. Robitaille, Gretzky going to the middle, dropped off all alone. Drews missed the net. Oh, would he like to have that one back? John Drews just missed the net. Marty McSorley, the center, is starting to run around a little bit. Mark LaForest will hang on to that shot as they were chasing it.
A good play most times. The last time LA came down, Trees put it back into play, which is a smart play, but not on that one. Boy, if you got a chance to glove it, squeeze it off. Marty McSorley is playing defense in this game. When he came back to this team, he was promptly put up on the right side for some muscle and for some action up front. But that's how lean Barry Melrose LA Kings were. Marty has played both forward and defense since coming back. Going to chat with Marty at the end of the first period. And, you know, one of the things, Gary, you know, we heard a lot about Marty wanting to come back here. And then I remember talking to Marty and him saying, well, you know, things are working out in Pittsburgh. I wonder what his reaction was. I mean, maybe we'll get a chance to set the record straight. I mean, did he want to leave Pittsburgh? Was he that anxious to come back? We'll find out.
That'll be during the first intermission. Touched up in the far end. Dixon Ward. Ward. He gets hit by Kent Painter. Painter. Ward do battle along the boards. Moving in to help out Charlie Huddy. Huddy wrapped it around Donnelly on the near side. Gets it up ice. Conacher sends it in. Conacher's picked up a goal here in this one. Blake has his 17th. Conacher his 11th. Gretzky has added an assist to his total. Still ahead of Fedorov for the league lead. Detroit won tonight over the Canucks by a score of 5-2. Detroit has now tied Toronto for first in that Western Conference. Other games in the National Hockey League, and we told you they are all final scores now. Washington in overtime beating Pittsburgh 5-4. Big win for the Caps. 72 points for them now. They need that as they move ahead of Philadelphia with 69. The Islanders beat the Devils. They're still trying. They've got 66 points, and they're only about 4 out of a playoff spot right now. Calgary, they move further ahead in the Pacific Division. They are number 1 there, and there's Detroit's 5-2 win. Fedorov with a couple of points, a couple of goals. Gretzky dropped it. Blake again. Scores! 2 for Blake!
Somehow this got under Mark LaForest. Rob Blake wide open on the right side. This is what Rick Bowness, the coach of the Ottawa Senators, was afraid of. He said their defensemen have such good mobility. They are up on the play. Our fourth guys have to be so careful because it's not just the forwards that come at you. It's guys like Rob Blake. Yeah, we've seen it happen twice.
3-0 Kings. Blake gets his 18th second tonight at 12:09. Gretzky and Yari Curry will pick up assists on it. Third back through center. Yashin cleared it into the zone. Yari Curry back to get it. This is the way Ottawa season has been. It just kind of happens. You look up, it's 0-0. You look up again, it's 3 or 4-0, and they disappear. Gretzky drops it back. Yari Curry with room. Curry, the shot, scores! Yari Curry, 4-0 Kings. Get out your computer.
Yeah, worst case scenario for Mark LaForest and the Senators. Best case scenario for Wayne Gretzky, because now the Ottawa Senators are almost out of it in the first period. Gretzky to Yari Curry. I don't care who you are. I mean, you got that much time in the high slot to tee one up. You got a good chance of scoring. Yari Curry's got about a 70% chance of scoring because of his accuracy, and this isn't the way Trees wanted to start this game, and as a result, Craig Billington's going to come on in relief. This will be the 6th time in the last 9 games that the Senators have made a goaltending change. Rick Bowness told me today that his goaltending this year, Gary, has not won one game for him. And in this, the year of the goaltender, that is even harder to swallow for the Senators. But the Kings are on fire, so look out now for Wayne.
Craig Billington, who has played most of the games in net for this team, takes over his 50th game. He is 7-34-3. Craig Billington at an .857 save percentage and a .471 goals against. Miller said this morning, I've not played well of late. That's why LaForest gets the start here tonight. He said maybe it's just because the season we know is over and it's so hard to get up, but it's been tough. He says I've not helped the team the way I wanted to. Now he's out there, 7:16 to go. We're only in the first period, and the Kings have a 4-0 lead. Yari Curry getting his 29th at 12:44. The assists Well, we haven't got him yet. Harry Curry gets the goal. And it's now a 4-0 lead for Los Angeles. So the Kings have scored on their last 2 shots in this game. Now we'll really keep an eye on Gretzky. Stolen behind the net by Vial. Here's the fight. Warren Reichel and Herb Ragland.
Oh, baby. Herb Ragland threw a right that came from Oklahoma and missed with it and went down. And that's when Warren Reichel was able to fill him in a little bit with a couple of quick rights when he was down. Ragland lucky enough to get back up and make it at least a toe-to-toe fight.
Warren Reichel, 274 penalty minutes, leading the Kings. And Ragland trying to put a little fire back into this team. It's down 4-0. Playing in his 27th game, Herb Ragland.
And you should see what Craig Billington is doing while this fight is going on. He left his crease, went over to the side, and because guys that come in relief, unless the guy they are following has been injured, don't get a warm-up, because he comes in cold, that was his stretch right there.
Craig Billington now ready to go.
Yeah. Thanks, Herbie.
Thanks, Herb. Thanks for the fight. Yeah. Thanks for the time.
Thanks for taking 5 or 6 to the head so I could get my muscles stretched.
4-0 Kings. 7:01 to go in the first period. Shots are 12-6. So for LaForest, he faced 12 shots and gave up 4 goals. And Rick Bowness makes the move.
Yeah, left side of your screen, the puck is coming around to Warren Reichel, and Herb Ragland comes and gives him a shot from behind. When Reichel came off the boards, that's when they squared off.
Nobody gets an advantage. 5 minutes each for fighting. Reichel and Herb Ragland. Kings off the draw, able to hold it in. Dumped into the corner to Gary Shuchuk. Shuchuk to Conacher. Pat Conacher looking to the middle. Conacher tied up by McBain. McBain gave him a pretty good show. Loose behind the net. Donnelly cutting in front. Couldn't get it back to him. Conacher. Shuchuk. Conacher gets tied up in the corner here by McBain. Finally worked it back. Donnelly to the point. Shot save made and held on to as Jim Pack took the shot from the point. And Craig Billington right away faces his first shot of the game. 4 goals. Gretzky hasn't had one of them, wouldn't you know it?
But Gary, you and I have both seen Wayne Gretzky often enough to know how he just feasts on teams that are out of a game. I mean, he doesn't let up. So second period, third period, this may be 60 minutes as far as Wayne Gretzky is concerned. Warren Reichel looks like he's dabbing his nose a little bit. Maybe Herb Ragland dinged him.
He sure took that big touch at him, and there's Wayne Gretzky on the bench.
Wayne was the second happiest guy when Marty McSorley came back to Los Angeles. Warren Reichel was the happiest guy because he then became the middleweight on the team, and his job no longer was to fight all the other heavyweights.
She didn't mind at all. In front, loose shot, Robitaille, save made by Billington. That was on net, and Ottawa popping it up in their own end now. That goal picked up by Harry Curry. Gretzky picked up another assist along with Granato, so Gretzky already has 3 assists in this first period. So he's going to move up on Fedorov. Robert Long. He got dumped in a penalty coming up. He moved in front of the net, and Derek Mayer to haul him down. Power play for the Kings. When we come back, they are up 4-0.
Dear Midas, I was out hauling a couple of loads, and my brakes went totally out. Luckily, I made it to Midas. Well, your guys had me diagnosed in minutes. They explained what they were doing.
Your booster went out.
And they did not try to sell me unnecessary parts. But what was special to me was the honesty of your people from the manager on down. They even offered me some pizza. I'll see you again. Randy Terwilliger.
So you've done Big Ben.
Tally, hold it.
So you've done the South Pole.
Polarized it.
So you've done the space.
Fixed it.
But have you done the do?
So you've never done nothing.
Till you do the full tilt taste of Diet Dew.
Drank it. Down it, suited.
Well, there's Derek Mayer of the Ottawa Senators, recently signed from the Canadian Olympic team. A lot of firsts. First time sitting in the Great Western Forum penalty box for Derek Mayer. And he's there because of the cross-check on Robert Long. Long just cut right in front of Billington. And once you lose position as a defenseman, you lose position on your guy. You got to hit him from behind. That's what Mayer had to do.
Gretzky's out there. Shot. Billington makes the save. Blake's going for the natural pure hat trick here. He's already got 2 in this first period. They came against LaForest. Cleared up, not out. Blake stepped up, held it in momentarily. Knocked away by Troy Murray. Short-handed. Murray. Far side, Murray will chase it down. Blake there with it. Blake punishes. He is a great checker. And he freed the puck up and then one hands it up to Robitaille, the league's leading power play goal scorer with 23. Robitaille out on the ice. Jitnik back to get it. 5:29 to go here in the first period. Blake will send it in. You know the Kings now are going to be looking for Gretzky at every chance. I mean, they'll make 2 extra passes to get it to him with a 4-0 lead here in the first. Anytime he's going to be out there, everyone will be looking. Yari Kerr.
That wasn't necessarily the case before they took this 4-0 lead. Over a period of a few games, the LA Kings got off their game, as did Wayne Gretzky. He was trying to score some pure goals. Everybody was passing to him. Finally, they huddled and said, hey, guys, let's just play it straight. We need to win games. They will come. But now that it's 4-0, they can go back to just trying to set him up.
Blake for the trick. Save. Rebound. Loose in front. Swept up, not out. Jitnik holds it in. Pass back over to Blake. Blake, he takes the shot. Missed again as it was blocked deep. Played behind the net. Painter couldn't get it out. Jitnik holds it in. Yari Curry. Gretzky's behind the net. Blake far side. Blake, his shot. Save again. Gretzky the rebound. Hit by Painter. Robitaille the puck. Robitaille tied up. Gretzky moves in to help out. Kent Painter trying to cover it with his glove. Not a bad idea at this point. Back up to Blake. Gretzky's in front. Robitaille. Blake the shot. Save Billington. Blake is that close to the hat trick.
And that was unscreened. So you know what kind of cannon Rob Blake has, because that was all Craig Billington could handle. Wayne Gretzky was just hanging off to the side, about 15 feet off the goal line, and he was just sort of cruising in front, waiting for a rebound that never came.
Wayne Gretzky, as we said, for the scoring title again this season. Fedorov's the man who's been chasing him all season long, and our light beer league leaders look like this. Gretzky up with 112, 3 assists tonight. Fedorov picked up a couple in the game with Detroit. You see the others, but it's going to be Gretzky and Fedorov in that battle, our Miller Light Beer League leaders. Face-off will be taken by Robert Long. Picked up. Cruz has it. 8 seconds left on the power play for the Kings. McSorley moves over. Cleared back out in center, and that'll do it on the power play. Rumble got it up ice. McBain. McBain shot. Kelly Rudy the save, and he'll cover. The Kings are 1-4-2 on the power play. They lead 4-0. As Blake has picked up 2 goals in this game, numbers 17 and 18. Pat Conacher has the other, and Yari Curry has his 29th. Gretzky has 3 assists in tonight's game, and that leaderboard we showed you not updated for the points that Gretzky has picked up here tonight.
Right, officially he is now 3 points ahead of Fedorov. He came into tonight's action 2 points ahead of Fedorov. Fedorov closed the gap with his 2 goals, and now Wayne has his 3 assists. Mass measures.
17-7 the shots here by the Los Angeles Kings team that gives up more than any other team in the National Hockey League. That's amazing to me, that the Kings would even have given up more shots than Ottawa on a per-game basis and as a raw number. Scott Levens moving in to take the face-off here. Even strength now with 3:58 left to go in this first period. We'll have a sports smash coming up for you during our first intermission. And being the West Coast game here, all kinds of finals, all kinds of sports, including the National Hockey League. All the other games are finals. We'll have the details on those for you. Banged down along the boards. Now we got another one going. Marty McSorley and Scott Levens.
Marty's just trying to get position here. If he does, look out. He's stronger than Levens. Oh, baby. I'll tell you what, Levens did pretty good in that. Not bad at all for taking on the LA Kings heavyweight. Well, Levens is a big kid, but Marty McSorley's had a lot more fighting experience than Levens. The only thing Marty McSorley wanted to avoid was an instigator penalty. Gosh, I hope Marty will still do the interview. He'll be well rested for it.
He'll be all ready for you. You have to go dig him out.
Oh, yeah, that's enough to start it. Marty with a punch to the head, but it was Levens that dropped his gloves first, so I don't know if there's an instigator penalty on this or not.
Levens, a rookie, taking a pretty good shot right there. Levens will go along with McSorley at 16-17 for fighting, and that will be all. 5 each for fighting. Craig Billington watching at the other end, as he's done so often this season with his team behind. 4-0. The Senators down, 3:43 to go here in the first period. Gretzky has not picked up a goal here tonight. We apologize for those of you who are with us all along. I know you'll understand. We'll mention Gretzky's numbers as we go along tonight often. Those of you who are with us throughout realize what it is. Those who join will want to know where Gretzky stands, so we'll give the updates on it regularly. Pat Conacher in the middle for it. Conacher, Mike Donnelly on the near side. Donnelly drops it back into the middle. Kings get it in. Dixon Ward cutting to the net. Conacher looking for him. Sador moves in. Darryl Sador. Sador centered for Ward, who had come around on the near side. Donnelly trying to hold it in. Bats it down out of the air. Dixon Ward had it and lost it. Picked up by Donnelly. Donnelly the shot off the blocker of Billington. Around the boards, Derek Mayer. And out of the zone, Sador back to get it. Kings have to clear the zone here. Haven't done that yet. Claude Boyven dropped it back a little bit. Now they'll start Derek Mayer. Mayer leaves it in the middle. Turgeon sends it in. Intercepted, and the Kings. He clears it right back out. Robitaille out with John Drews. Robert Long got pinned up on the far side. He's able to come back and hold it in. Billington will leave it behind the net. 2:38 left to go, first period. Gretzky watch underway tonight. Will also be with Gretzky and the Kings tomorrow night as they take on the Mighty Ducks. 10:30 Eastern. Jitnik puts the check on, and down goes Davidoff. Gets back up, lost the helmet. Jitnik did. There he is in front of the net. Shot Davidoff. Great save made by Kelly Rudy. One of the best scoring chances of the night for the Ottawa Senators. Davidoff was right there on it. Point blank. Gord Dineen puts it back to the point. Davidoff lost it. Jitnik still without the helmet as the puck. Jitnik will start it up ice.
You see how much room there is for the Kings to wind up, Gary. I mean, that's what it's like to play against the Ottawa Senators. For a run-and-gun team like the Kings, their eyes get real big.
Senators just keep backing up, backing up,
and there are holes everywhere. There really is no great puck pursuit when they lose the puck. They just fall back or open up. I mean, there was just the seas parted there.
Blake again taking the short. Sador able to hold it in. Far side Rumble. Rumble got it up. Blake stepped up. Yari Curry's out there. Lost it at center. Curry was unable to hang on. Gretzky coming over the boards for the Los Angeles Kings with a minute 30 left to go. Marty McSorley will join Bill as soon as this period is over. Marty's already down there, serving 5 for fighting. Andrew McBain. McBain shot deflected right straight up in the air and gloved to the near side boards. Blake was standing behind Kelly Rudy and batted it out of the air. Tipped in the middle. McBain again comes back to get it. Andrew McBain. Ottawa Senators trying to get one here. Gretzky. Wayne Gretzky on the break. Scores! Has won! Number 799. As the puck was deflected on the pass to the slot, Gretzky was back along the blue line. It was he and Craig Billington. Took it to the backhand, and they are waving it off. There was a penalty behind the play on Tony Granato. He does not get the goal. Hooking on Tony Granato. So the call was made before the goal scored. Everybody up and making noise. Did not realize that behind the play, Granato had hooked. And I think it was right along the blue line as Gretzky was breaking out. He just can't buy one. No goal in the last 4 games. He puts one in on a breakaway and has it taken away. Back to 798. So a power play for the Senators and a whistle as Gretzky got hit and knocked down by Kerry Huffman. And a penalty on Huffman for interference. Tony Granato, watch this on Wayne Gretzky's breakaway. Granato on the right side of your screen right here. See the hook? Right there. That was Granado putting the hook on Bill Eward. And Tony Granado picked up the penalty, and you think he doesn't feel bad watching Gretzky go down and score the goal and knowing it's not going to count? And he was about the only one in the house besides referee Dennis LaRue who knew it. Now the power play is nullified. The Senators lose a minute 49 of power play chance. 4 on 4. With 52 seconds left to go in the period. Well, we almost gave you one from Gretzky. Hang on. He's out there on the ice. Hunting the shot save. Billington rebound right back to him. They'll cover it up. He had Gretzky cruising around in front. He's probably looking up there and just can't believe that thing didn't end up on the board. Los Angeles Kings need points desperately in order to make the playoffs. They went to the Stanley Cup Finals last year. They're 9 points out of a playoff spot. See the games remaining. They are battling these teams. Sharks, who have the position right now. The Ducks, who are ahead of them. And the Kings behind them. They've got games left with these teams, as you see. San Jose 3, Anaheim 2, including the one tomorrow night. But they need the points right now. Huddy the shot. Blocked out deep and into the corner. Rebound came wide side for Yari Curry. Curry drops it back to Charlie Huddy. 36 seconds to go in the period. 4 on 4. Darryl Sador. Sador. Gretzky has to come back to get it. Gretzky moves it over to Yari Curry and heads to the net. Gretzky crisscrossing, and it comes back to center. Yari Curry taken away by Alexander Daigle. Daigle 7th among rookies in scoring. Alexei Yashin 2nd among rookies. Both out there tonight. Sador was wide open, couldn't handle it. Sador to Gretzky cutting in. Aerial too high to handle. 9 seconds to go. Gretzky just tripped himself on that one as Darren Rumble was standing in front of him. And that's going to do it here in this first period. All Los Angeles Kings. Kings out shooting the Senators 18-9, and they have a 4-0 lead. Tony Granado apologizes to Wayne Gretzky. Can't believing it. I had it, and they took it away.
What's it like to face Curtis Joseph when he's wearing Louisville hockey gear? Louisville hockey. Hockey the way you want to play it. Some poor goalie is going to be taught a lesson about Louisville hockey sticks from Steve Yzerman. Louisville hockey. Hockey the way you want to play it.
Hey, there's that cool recliner.
Come on, ski jumper.
Oh, the recliner, come on.
Hey, how about both?
Miller Lite presents Recliner Ski Jump.
No way.
Boy, Johnson's ready. He's been training for this for years, Bob. Watch this layback. Brought to you by Miller Lite. If you can combine great taste with less filling, you can combine anything. He's got the record and the light.
Let's share.
What a beer.
Great taste, less filling. Can your beer do this?
My dandruff and itch are awful. I'll try anything. Denorex tingles. Head and Shoulders doesn't.
Both have effective dandruff medicine, but Denorex has something extra that tingles.
That's why I started using Denorex. No flakes, no itch.
Denorex, the serious dandruff shampoo.
When Burger King Flame Broiling went one-on-one against frying, you know who won? Flame Broiling won, 4-1. In fact, the Flame Broiled Whopper is the #1 preferred burger in America. And for a limited time, the Whopper is just 99 cents. 99 cents for the #1 burger.
Welcome to
We
Burger
may not be the world's #1 fast food place. It just tastes that way.
Get a 99-cent Whopper at Burger King.
Anyway. And the Los Angeles Kings have the 4-0 lead. Wayne Gretzky's got 3 assists, but no goals. He had one, but they took it away. Blake's got 2, 17 and 18. Conacher and Yari Curry have the other 2. And Marty McSorley knew he was going to be on, so he wanted to have time to be refreshed. So he got in the fight. Billy?
Is that a way to get refreshed? See, Gary Thorne just said you knew you were going to be interviewed, so you got in a fight so you could be refreshed. I mean, what happened out there? I mean, it looked like everything was under control, but it looked like you led with a pretty solid right there to start that off.
Well, I saw that Warren got into a fight. I know that Ottawa didn't want to. They've been having a little tough luck to puck going their own net lately. Herb Ragland came out, tried to get their team going, tried to be a good, strong team guy. I saw the next shift, Dennis Vial came out, Levens came out, Howard came out. I knew that shift that they were not out there to try to score a goal, that there was things going to happen. So I just wanted to back him off a little bit, see what his tensions really were, and let's see where he wanted to go from there.
Yeah, well, that's what you're here for. I know that you take that as kind of a personal assignment for you. But let me ask you something. You know, at one point there was a rumor of you coming back here, and everybody thought, yeah, Marty wants to go back there. And then there was talk that you were actually upset when you finally heard that the Pittsburgh Penguins had traded you back here. What is the truth on that?
Well, you know, we made a lot of progress over the course of last year. We didn't quite finish the season like we wanted. But, you know, I have a very strong belief in the hockey team here. Finally, when I went to Pittsburgh at the end of the summer, there are a lot of things that happened over the course of the summer. I said to myself, I'm here in Pittsburgh. I'm playing with a lot of very, very talented hockey players, which they certainly are. I thought there was a legitimate shot at winning a Stanley Cup. So when I went there, I thought there'd be a lot of things going on. I thought that I'd be able to fit in and play, and it really wasn't a very good fit. I was a little disappointed in a lot of things that, particularly myself, that, you know, I wanted to do better. I wanted to play better. I wanted to make that work. But this then came around. This came about, the possibility of coming back. You know, I knew that I wanted to help this hockey team get it in the playoffs and get the players going again.
Yeah, we don't have much time here, Marty, but I do want to ask you one more thing. Yeah. Appreciate you coming in to join us. And I say this in all sincerity, not being sarcastic. How was Tony Robbins today? I mean, the great motivator Anthony Robbins spent a couple of hours with these guys. How was Tony today?
Well, Tony's very, very positive. He tries to get inside you. He tries to make you look at yourself. And, you know, Barry's a big fan of Tony Robbins. I know that they're very good friends. The guys just basically wanted to dismiss any negative feelings that they had towards themselves. The guys are pretty positive towards each other, and we're just trying to carry it out on the ice.
Well, I know that if positive attitudes could win a Stanley Cup, you would carry the L.A. Kings all the way to the Stanley Cup Finals on your own shoulders. Thanks very much, Marty.
Thanks for having me. Thank you.
There's a man who's got 2 goals in the first period, Rob Blake. He picked up number 17 at 3:27 and added to it at 12:09.
You know, a lot of people ask me what the LA stands for. Low altitude? I don't think so. Laid back attitude? No way. Los Angeles? Man, get real.
Logo Athletic, official NBA licensed products.
Dear car owners, if you had a brake problem tomorrow, could you think of one brake specialist to go to? Where can you go for same-day brake service? A guarantee on brake shoes and pads for as long as you own your car. And the expertise of doing over 2 million brake jobs a year? Midas.
Think of us as the brake specialists. We're pretty good at mufflers, too.
Hi, my name's Ungi. Meet my good friends, the Cones. Through the Cones, I've met Speed, Thrill, and my best buddy, Danger. Good friends are hard to find.
Hi, everybody. We are in between periods of the Kings and Senators. Welcome to the Sports Smash. I'm Deb Kaufman. Some news of the day from the Janney camp. Craig Janney says he won't report immediately, if at all, to Vancouver. An arbitrator had awarded him to the Canucks as compensation for losing Peter Nedved. He's apparently upset about having to leave St. Louis. Canucks and Red Wings on the ice tonight, and Keith Primo just decked Sean Antofsky. Mark Howlett is going to take the puck all the way to tie the game at 2. And here is the smash replay. We do live up to our name. Earlier, Sergei Fedorov scored his 50th. Up 3-2 lady fights off a checking Pavel Bure and makes the incredible shot into the empty net. 5-2 Detroit. Fedorov leading the league with 51 goals. Caps and Penguins in overtime, tied at 4. Great passing by Washington, and Randy Burridge with your game winner. A hat trick for him and a big win for Jim Schoenfeld and the Caps. 5-4 your final. Mike Ridley had 4 assists. Devils and Islanders to the island we go. Second period tied at 1. Pierre Turgeon will make a great move and beat Chris Terreri through the 5-hole. Isles led 2-1. Still second period. This is the view from the Hubble telescope with clean lenses. The puck goes off Turgeon and into the net. 3-2 Isles win, snapping the Devils' 9-game unbeaten streak. You know, when the Flames and Lightning get together, it's a battle of the elements. Mike Sullivan skating in alone. Later, it's Robert Reichel ahead to Gary Roberts, and he fights the D and gets it in, and the Lightning struck down 7-3. Roberts finished with 4 goals and an assist, the second hat-trick of the year for Gary Roberts. After one period in L.A., the Kings are shutting out Ottawa. Wayne Gretzky has 3 assists, but no goals. He had one, and they took it away. We'll be back with more on the Smash right after this.
Holla if you hear me.
I gotta do something to keep my head straight, you know what I'm saying?
If we go turn it up, let's start. From block to block, let's start to stack the and the pump police, they ready. You can ask me something. But right now I got my mind set up. Looking at the bottom of the car, get up. Cause it's time to make the payment.
Above the Rim, rated R, starts Wednesday, March 23rd.
Why use Valvoline motor oil? It's the #1 choice of Indy 500 chief mechanics, Daytona 500 chief mechanics, NHRA mechanics, and Baja 1000 mechanics. For use in their race cars and in their own cars. Any more questions? People who know use Valvoline.
Hi, I'm Chris Elliott. I just want to talk to you about some things you might not know about cable. Have you heard of cable in the classroom? No. It's revolutionizing teaching as we know it. It's giving teachers a whole new way to teach and children a whole new way to learn.
Really?
Do you know that cable is providing commercial-free programming free of charge to teachers?
Beautiful.
It's going to change the future and make us better human beings in the process.
That's great, Chris.
I think I got my point across as best I can. Who's next?
Hi, everybody. Welcome back. We've got the NBA now. The Rockets' Vernon Maxwell spent nearly 12 hours in a Houston jail today after being arrested on charges of carrying a weapon in his car. Maxwell was taken into custody early this morning. He'd gotten pulled over, and the officer noticed a gun in the front seat. He was held in jail several hours waiting for bail to be set. He wasn't let go until 9 o'clock tonight, but he made it to the summit in time to start the second half against Portland. No more hard time, just time for the hardwood. Arriving at the half, he helped the fourth quarter comeback. That's a 3. Rockets win 105-99. Hakeem Olajuwon with 41 points, scoring 40-plus for the third time this year. And the Heat have won 11 of 13. Miami gains ground on Cleveland. Here's what happened to the Cavs. Dan Marley happened to the Cavs. There's a 3. How about another 3? One more, you guessed it, a 3 from all sides of the line. Marley with 7 3-pointers and 34 points. Phoenix scored 42 in the third quarter. They were 18 of 20 from the field. Pacers and Knicks, Indiana setting the pace early. Vern Fleming, the strip of Patrick Ewing. He leaves it for Dale Davis. He kicks it out to Reggie Miller, who backs up, takes a shot, and nails the 3. But the Knicks are without John Starks. Who cares when you've got Hubert Davis? Hubie hitting the big buckets late. The tough left-hander. Pacers are next. 88-82. New York's won 7 straight. 108-98. The Bulls beat the Magic, just their third win in 9 games. Isaiah Ryder 21 to lead the T-Wolves. Jazz have a 12-point lead at the half. Pistons hanging with Seattle. What do you know? And the Warriors and Bullets. It's Golden State big in the first half. This offseason, the NFL stands for not for long if you're a free agent. Albert Lewis stays in the AFC West, but he deserts the Chiefs for the Raiders, their arch enemies. The 4-time Pro Bowl quarterback will have a different view of Joe Montana's passes this year, that's for sure. Louis Oliver goes from playing for Don Shula to playing for David Shula. The Dolphins safety is now a Cincinnati Bengal. The normally tight-fisted Bengals reportedly shelled out $3.4 million over 2 years for the talented Oliver. Even though his cancer did not spread, John Kruk has elected to undergo 6 weeks of radiation. The Phillies first baseman says he'd rather do this now than experience problems later in the year and miss games at a more crucial time. The Braves said goodbye to Ron Gant. They did it to save some $4.5 million in Gant's salary. The star outfielder may be out until the All-Star break. If he clears waivers, he can sign with another team. That's all the time we have on the Smash. Hockey, more to come. After one period at the Great Western Forum, the Kings are shutting out Ottawa 4-0. Wayne Gretzky has 3 assists but no goals. Enjoy.
It's the great American freedom machine, born and bred in the USA. The Harley-Davidson Heritage Softail Classic. Now available in a beautifully detailed die-cast model from the Franklin Mint. The first and only replica ever authorized by the Harley-Davidson Motorcycle Company. Each of its more than 100 components is painted, polished, and finished entirely by hand. To order your precision die-cast Harley, call 1-800-652-0101 now. Use your major credit card or mail a $27 check or money order to the Franklin Mint. We'll bill you for the balance in 4 monthly payments of $27 each. Call this toll-free number now to order your Harley.
ESPN2's exclusive coverage of the National Hockey League is brought to you by Midas. The Midas way, the way it should be. By Topps. Collect the card that takes it to the extreme. Topps Stadium Club. And by Discover Card. It pays to discover the card that pays you back. Back to the Great Western Forum here in Los Angeles, where the Kings have taken a 4-0 lead, out shooting the Ottawa Senators 18-9. Wayne Gretzky 3 assists, no goal. But oh my gosh, it sure looked good. This is Wayne Gretzky of the breakaway in the final minute of that period. Tony Granato can call for hooking on the left of your screen. That's why there's no goal. Nobody heard the whistle, so Gretzky just kept on going. Gretzky working against Craig Billington right here. Well, it didn't count.
I thought it counted. You should have seen me standing on one of the railings on my way down to interview Marty McSorley. And you can guarantee that both Wayne's mom and dad, that's Phyllis Gretzky on the right, and in the middle is Walter Gretzky, Wayne's dad. They were probably standing. On the left is Mike Barnett, Wayne Gretzky's longtime friend and agent, who actually got into the agentry business because of his relationship with Wayne Gretzky. Wayne was his first client. Wayne was a busy guy in the first period. He played just about half of the first period. I mean, that's lots of ice time, 9-10. Touched the puck 16 times. Yeah, he was big. 3 assists.
Blake's got 2. Conacher and Curry have the other. Yari Curry getting his 29th goal of the season and his 553rd in his career. He is the 10th all-time leading goal scorer, Yari Curry. Wayne Gretzky is going to be number 1. Matter of when. He's out there to start this shift. It's a 4-on-4 to start the second period. Rumble centering pass all the way over to Zhitnik who got it out. Gretzky on the far side now in the 4-on-4. Zhitnik brings it in. Zhitnik. Deneen put the hit on him. Yari Curry moved in behind the net. Third around, not out of the zone yet. Blake will come back to get it. A very short power play will be coming up for the Los Angeles Kings. The end of the penalty to the Senators in 15 seconds rather. Power play will be underway for Los Angeles. Not much of note. Ottawa Senators Dave McIlwain sends it back through the middle, back up to the point. Barry Huffman there could not get it. Blake clears it up and out. Gretzky was chasing. Dennis Vial was already there. Vial turns. Robitaille knocks it down. Robitaille back for Gretzky. Now the power play. Granato to Gretzky. Granato in front. Gretzky tried to set him up. 2 seconds on the power play, and now it is over. So back to even strength. Granato holds it in to Gretzky. Gretzky dump penalty coming. Shot deflected. Tripping call as Gretzky went down again. And again, it's going to be Turgeon who's going to go to the penalty box.
The other aspect about the LA Kings being in the lead by a sizable margin is Wayne can pace himself. As long as the game isn't being contested, Wayne can afford to pace himself a little more. He's going to have to take a rest here, I would believe. He was out there. Well, he's been out there for a minute and 15 seconds. Gosh, is he going to stay? He is going to stay. But when he goes to the knees like that, Gary, he's sucking for air.
He started this period and has stayed out for a minute and 14 seconds. And is still out there. Turgeon the tripping at 1:14. The Kings are 1 for 3 on the power play. Want to remind you, ESPN2's Fire on Ice will continue as we move along towards the playoffs. Only a month away. It'll be the Chicago Blackhawks and the Detroit Red Wings. 7:30 next Tuesday, 4:30 Pacific time. Jeremy Roenick having a great year for the Blackhawks, and Sergei Fedorov chasing Wayne Gretzky for the league lead in scoring. Power play underway, 1 for 3 on the power play tonight. Kelly Hrudey holds it up at the other end. The Kings are on the power play now, just starting the second period. They've doubled up on the shots now, 18-9. Kings with the advantage in that department. Great move in. Zhitnik, and he missed it wide. Zhitnik moved in like nobody was there. Third back up through the middle. Zhitnik poke checking it. Daig has it. Alexander Daig sends it the length of the ice. Kelly Hrudey got to knock it away. Blake is out on the power play unit with Zhitnik up front. Jari Kurri, Wayne Gretzky, and Robitaille. Gretzky knocks it into the zone but could not control it. Daig chasing it back. Alexander Daig with 17 goals, 25 assists. He has 42 points, well behind Yashin, the other rookie who leads the team with 63. This is Blake. Blake in the middle. Gretzky was there. Had it intercepted. Kent Painter sends it the length of the ice. Minute left on this power play chance for Los Angeles with the Kings leading at 4-0. Blake. Gretzky is near side. Gretzky moving in. The shot saved by Billington. Rebound deflects over to Robitaille. Gretzky's staying wide side. Blake fanned on it, and it came back to center. He got none of that one. 40 left on the power play to Jari Kurri. Kurri drops it off. Gretzky! Saved by Billington. He couldn't get it over him. Blake. Gretzky. 30 on the power play. Robitaille centering pass came right back to it. It was blocked by Kerry Huffman. Near side Gretzky again. 23 on the power play. Robitaille trying to center. Deflected in the air right in front of the net. In fact, McBain there. McBain. Donnelly around, couldn't hold it in. It'll be cleared up, and there'll be 10 seconds left in this Los Angeles power play. Kelly Hrudey at the other end to spend most of the time watching. Blake comes back to get it, and the power play is over. Back to full strength. They do not convert on the power play chance. Dropped off, John Druce. Intercepted, brought up ice. Mayer, the rookie, to Daig. Alexander Daig, poke checked away by Sador. Mike Donnelly. Donnelly moves in a 2-on-3. Donnelly gets some help now as John Druce joins the play. Charlie Honey trying to hold it in on the near side boards. Robert Long comes over to help. Pinned up. 16:23 in the second period. Los Angeles Kings, they picked up 4 in the first. Gretzky, the last chance right here. Watch Billington knock her down.
The game. Some just play it. Others own it. The ones who own it see what no one else sees and know what no one else knows. Nobody knows the game like Topps. Topps gives you the players you want, the stats that matter, and pictures that tell the whole story. Own Topps, and you own more than a card. You own the game.
As the amount you spend with your Discover card goes up, your interest rate goes down with the Smart Rate program. So use the Discover card, where the percentages are always in your favor. And when it comes to Smart Rate, it pays to look for your pre-approved Discover card application. Sign it and send it back, because you can't get Smart Rate until you get your card. It pays to Discover, the card that pays you back.
Put one in the net, but it was taken away. Had a chance on that last power play opportunity, and Billington denied.
I think he's worked up a sweat already. I mean, Wayne played the first 3 minutes and 10 seconds of this period.
Robert Long on the near side, and Billington had to knock it away. Back to Darryl Sador. His shot deflected. Billington has trouble. Score! Robert Long puts it in. 5-0 Kings. of the men who would like to be part of this night isn't playing, missing his 29th game. Dave Taylor, the veteran, with us here. And boy, you're putting the wood on tonight here.
Yeah, this is the best game we've played in a long, long time. We seem to have a lot of jump tonight, playing with a lot of emotion, and this is what we have to do if we hope to get back in the hunt for a playoff spot.
This line's been pretty good for you lately, hasn't it, though? I mean, the one bright spot, Robert Long with Luke Robitaille and John Drews, they've been pretty consistent.
Yeah, they've been our best line the last few games ever since Robert came up from Phoenix.
Right.
They've been getting a lot of goals for us and getting a lot of chances.
We got to find out what your status is here. We've heard the comments about a potential retirement for you. Penalty coming up. What do you think? Where are you?
Well, I'm still having some problems with the concussion that I received January 4th. I'm having a lot of dizziness and headaches, and the worst part of it is when I go to work out, anytime I try to ride the bike and try to get back into shape, it seems to make the symptoms worse, bring it on a little more. So I realize that there's only a month left in the season. I'm hoping that I'm able to come back, that the symptoms go away, but I realize that I'm running out of time.
Well, I mean, the symptoms, I would imagine, have to be of some concern to you, not only from a hockey career standpoint, because you've had a terrific and long career, but there must be some concern about the symptoms going away, period,
well,
ever.
Yeah, I've had opportunities to talk a lot with the doctors, and I've had a lot of tests done, MRIs and some CAT scans, and they all show normal. So the doctor's experience is that I'm having these symptoms because of the concussions, and that eventually they're going to go away. The only thing he can't tell me is whether it'll take 1 or 2 days or 1 or 2 months or maybe 6 months for it to clear up.
Short-handed Los Angeles Kings. Robert Long picking up his 7th. Sador and Donnelly at 3:49 the assists on that last goal to make it 5-0. Now the power play underway for the Senators. Not been able to convert anything here tonight. Looking to get their first one in net. In the middle, McBain. Shot was blocked. Yari Curry. Here comes Gretzky with it. Gretzky and Curry, 2 back for the Senators. Gretzky off for Curry, but a delayed offside call. If you had to end it here, Dave Taylor, what would you want to do? You want to stay in the game?
Yeah, I sure would. I mean, I've been with the Kings for 17 years. I think my first choice would be to stay with the Kings. And, you know, we've had some talks about that just in general terms in the years past, where Bruce McNall has mentioned that he might have a spot for me when my days as a player are over, and that's you know, that's something that I'd like to pursue.
Well, you've sure had a chance to span some interesting eras here with the LA Kings. You were such a huge part of Marcel Dionne's career, and now you've had a chance to play a few years with Wayne. Terrific, I imagine, with both of those guys as part of your background.
Yeah, I mean, those guys are I guess a couple of the best to ever play the game. The #1 all-time scorer, the #3 all-time scorer, and I've had the opportunity to play a lot of years with both of those guys. And you know, other great players, Luke Robitaille and Bernie Nichols. I mean, the years with Charlie Simmer, just a lot of great players. I've had a great career that way, and you know, I feel very fortunate to have spent my whole time here in Los Angeles.
Wayne Gretzky short-handed the King. Shitnick in front. Shitnick the backhand shot wide. Billington came out to help on the play. Dave Taylor joining us here as he says the concussion has kept him out now for 29 consecutive games. Power play underway. Deflected wide into the corner. Good play by Shitnick, who stepped in front on Scott Levens. Levens pass outside the Yashin. Didn't go anywhere. Along the boards, Blake trying to free it up, and a whistle, a glove pass called here. 21 seconds left on the power play for the Senators.
How about the obstacle facing your team, Dave, in making the playoffs? That when you look at what is left, even if the Kings, say, win 10 of the last 16, all the San Jose Sharks have to do is win half a dozen of their 15. It's almost as if the San Jose Sharks don't self-destruct, there's not much the Kings can do about getting into the playoffs.
Well, I think this week is very, very important for us. We play the 4 games. We have Ottawa tonight. We have the
Ducks tomorrow.
We have the Ducks tomorrow. Then we play back-to-back with the Sharks. And I think if we can sweep those 4, all of a sudden we're 1 point back, or, you know, depending what the Sharks do in the other games. But we have to win those games head-to-head. And we still believe we can get back. You know, we think that we have to play better than we have, obviously. And this is a big week for us. We have to win them all.
Lots of things may be riding on this week. A lot of jobs, a lot of points, and a lot of money. Save made. good coverage by Kelly Rudy as the tip came on him. Power play is over. Senators don't convert. Kings remain up 5-0. Dave Taylor joining us here, and we'll be back with him in the game. Hang in.
Hey, the Miss Perfect pageant.
Yeah.
We're watching hockey.
Hockey. Let's watch both.
Miller Lite presents the Miss Perfect Face-Off. Okay, Bob, Miss Georgia goes to the corner. She pays the price. Here's the puck coming loose. The shot. She scores!
Brought to you by Miller Lite. If you can combine great taste and less filling, you can combine anything.
Oh, that'll be sashing. 2 minutes for Miss Congeniality.
Bad call.
Good beer. Great taste, less filling. Can your beer do this?
When Burger King Flame Broiling went one-on-one against frying, you know who won? Flame Broiling won, 4-1. In fact, the Flame Broiled Whopper is the #1 preferred burger in America. And for a limited time, the Whopper is just 99 cents. 99 cents for the #1 burger.
Welcome to
We
Burger
may not
King.
be the world's #1 fast food place. It just tastes that way.
Get a 99-cent Whopper at Burger King.
Wayne Gretzky, some of the magic numbers. 1988, November 23, number 600 in his career. And as you see, a member of the Los Angeles Kings at that point. He's here tonight. Still 3 to tie and 4 to break. Gordie Howe's mark. 3 assists, no goals tonight. Back to even strength. Puck deflected into the corner. Cleared up for Robert Long, who has picked up his 7th of the season at 3:49 of this period to give the Kings a 5-0 lead. They're out shooting the Senators 22 to 12. Robert Long on the far side. He gets jammed up by Kerry Huffman. John Drew's intercept. They've got to clear the zone. Brought it in too early, so the Senators will get a free out here as the Kings had to come back to center. 13:20 left to go in the first. Deflects the other way. They wave off any icing. Kelly Rudy back to get it. The Ottawa Senators beat the Kings in the only other game played 5-2 in Ottawa on December 13. Robitaille into the zone, leaves it. Robert Long for his second, missed it wide. Rebound out deep. Bill Eward's got it. Eward starts it up ice. Alexander Daigle. Daigle drops it. Rumble. Tried to get down the middle, couldn't. Robitaille took it away. Help from Jitnik to Robert Long. Long's pass back to Blake. Blake 2 goals here in tonight's game. He's got a new career high in goals. He's picked up 17. Wayne Gretzky. Gretzky knocked off the puck. They are on him. Drews center, tipped by Robitaille. Back for Drews. Gretzky puts it back into the middle, back for the blue line. Robitaille wound up trying to get the shot. Puck never got to him. Back through center ice. Claude Boyvin. Boyvin leaves it. Turgeon back to him. Boyvin drops it off. Fanned on wide side. Derek Mayer, the rookie, who had the opportunity. Good step in on the near side to free the puck up by Blake along the boards. Blake moves up and runs it out to center. And that's going to be taken back in the zone, delayed offside call. Other scores in the National Hockey League, and they are all finals. We'll keep you updated on them as we roll along here tonight. And as you take a look at those, we've got Dave Taylor joining us here. Dave, you are really the rare breed now, not only the seasons, but your entire career in one place, which virtually nobody does anymore. I think that's a pretty pleasant feeling.
Yeah, it is, Gary. I always, you know, I've been very fortunate here in Los Angeles. The Kings have always treated me very well. I think the last few years there hasn't been any rumors, but early on in my career there was always, you know, there's always a couple of rumors you might be heading somewhere.
So the difference is you just stopped paying attention to them later in your career. That's all. They were still there.
Well, whatever the reason, I'm awful glad that it happened. And yeah, I have a lot of pride in that I was able to stay with one club and hopefully had their respect and earned a little something for them to keep me here.
Well, Barry Melrose said a couple of months ago that every team has 10 guys they won't trade and 10 guys that nobody else wants. I can tell you that Dave Taylor was one of the 10 guys that the Kings never wanted to trade. So that's why you spent your entire career here.
Well, you've seen hockey develop here. Where is hockey in Los Angeles? I mean, some wonder. When Wayne Gretzky hangs it up and gets it done, will hockey still survive here?
I think it will. I think hockey has really become very popular here. If you had asked me in 1980, would there be another team in Los Angeles and a team up in San Jose, you know, the answer would have been no. But since Wayne Gretzky's come to town, I think people are starting to talk about hockey so much. The year that we had last year, I mean, the Kings, you just see all these people wearing the jackets, wearing the hats, and they're all into hockey now. They're playing road hockey, they're playing roller hockey, and I think it's here to stay.
Good news. Penalty coming up, delayed call. Jitnik out in front. Rob Blake had gotten tied up with Troy Millette. in front of the net. There is Blake. He's been involved in everything tonight. Couple of goals, pretty good shots, and this time he's going to go to the penalty box, I think, for interference.
Dave, I think we have some footage of the original injury that you suffered. You said it was January, right? Was it against Edmonton?
Well, this was the one last year, and I think that the concussion that I had this year was something that, you know, added on to this concussion last year. That was the very first one. I got hit by Louis DeBrusk there against Edmonton, and I lost my helmet, and it ended up slamming my head on the ice.
Head first into the ice, right?
Head first into the ice, and basically didn't get my arms out or anything. And because of that, I missed 18 games the first time, and then I had a sort of a recurrence of the symptoms and missed another 16 games.
Short-handed now are the Kings, and the Senators will try it again on the power play. We told you that has been most unsuccessful this season, as they are 23rd in the league in the power play. Short-handed, Shuchuk had it in his own end, decided to rag it back. Tim Waters goes back to get it, his 13th season in the National Hockey League. But he's got a ways to go, 4 more to catch Dave Taylor. And if Dave stays around, he may add some more to that number. Played at center by Yashin. We've not really seen much from Yashin and Daig in this game, the two rookies that the Senators are really relying on at this point to build a team around. They are on the power play together. Daig brings it up, sends that one in on the power play this season. 8 power play goals for Yashin. He leads them along with Andrew McBain, who has 8. Kelly Rudy to say, and Gary Curry with a puck.
Gary, because this team has such a lack of talent, they've had to put both Yashin and Daigle in situations they're not ready for. I mean, their coaching staff admitted that today.
Yep. They are playing here lots more ice time than they really should have, based on their experience and depth of knowledge in this game. Sador comes back to get it. Sador flips it up out of the zone. 39 left on the power play for the Senators. They regroup at center. Near side, Rumble will pick up the errant pass, and he brings it in way offside. 9:52 left to go here in the second period. You have seen so much that's gone on, Dave, in your years in this game. I look at the Senators, and I can't help but wonder, when I look at a team like this, is expansion gone too far?
I don't think so. I think, you know, you look at some of the teams, you look at the Senators, obviously they're struggling, but we see teams out here like the Sharks, and we see the Ducks, and those teams are very competitive. I mean, they're a hard out. When you play against those guys, you know you're in a hockey game, and I think since we've had so many European players come into the league the last couple of years, so many sort of all at once, I think that's helped to keep the talent level up.
McBain's shot deflected into the seats.
So the other aspect of that as well, Gary, is the Ottawa Senators don't try to hide the fact that they are budget conscious all the way. They only have 3 players on their team that are making more than the average salary in the NHL because they play in a building that doesn't hold 10,000 people. They are going to move into a new building in 2 years, and they're kind of their evolution is following the evolution of the Cleveland Indians, if you will. The Indians are now starting to sign some bigger name players because they're moving into a new stadium, etc. And for the next couple of years, the Senators are just going to bite the bullet. I think I'm inclined to agree with Dave. You look at the other teams that have spent a little more money, pretty competitive. Tampa, Florida, Anaheim, San Jose.
Well, and also no question the expansion draft allowed for the last 2 teams and made a heck of a difference from what was picked up by the other 2. I mean, allowing the goaltenders, for one thing, has made a world of difference for those teams. Third back in behind the net here. We're back at even strength. Kings are leading it by a score of 5-0. Sador chasing down in the near side corner. Blake dumps it off for Conacher. Pat Conacher's picked up a goal here tonight. Conacher centered. Blake! His shot was deflected wide on the wide side. Shuchuk was cutting in and had a chance to tip that. It never quite got to him. Conacher in the rebound as Kelly Rudy knocked it away. Rudy going after his 227th career win. He is 30th all-time in wins, and his team's got a lead as they are called on the icing. 8:49 to go here in the second period. Gary Thorne, Bill Clement, and Dave Taylor joining us with the Los Angeles Kings leading at 5-0.
You're looking at the shrewdest general manager in baseball.
He's a bum. Trade him.
He's known for brilliant trades and a keen eye for young talent. And now you can beat him at his own game playing Sports Challenge Baseball.
Go ahead. I dare you to try.
Yes, you can manage your own pro baseball team playing Sports Challenge Baseball. You draft real big league players, then make your trades. Call this number now for free information about the ultimate baseball experience.
He's hitting .368. Let's keep him.
If your players do well in real life, so does your team. If they don't, trade them. Put together the best team and win your share of $100,000 in cash and prizes. You'll see winners' names in Baseball Weekly.
I'm in here. Are you?
Play alone or with your friends. It's easy.
And fun. Come on, get in the game.
Call now for free information about Sports Challenge Baseball and this year's prizes.
Call 800-652-0101. That's 800-652-0101.
Back here at the Great Western Forum with the Kings leading at 5-0. Hiro Yamagama, the artist who painted the stick for Kelly Rudy.
Famous hockey artist.
Boy, I'll tell you, nowadays with the helmets and the sticks, everything's a piece of artwork in the game.
Is it Hiro Yamagata or Is that what it is? Mike, is that what it is, Mike? Hiro Yamagata. I guess I'm just ignorant of the art. I had not heard of Mr. Yamagata. Is he a West Coast guy?
How the hell do I know? Covered up by Billington. You think I heard of him before? Cleared back to the near side, and the Kings bring it out through center. Dumped on the near side. Ewart got a good hit on John Drews. Back through the middle. Ewart shot. Save made by Kelly Rudy, and he'll hang on with Ewart moving in, and he wasn't sure where that puck was, actually.
Basically, if an artist has more than one ear, I've never heard of him.
Basically, if the producer gives you the name in your headset, you use it and hope he's right. That's right. I don't think
nice
he did the pads. No.
That was John. Well, I was going to tell you it was, but I'm not now.
All right. And he didn't do the helmet.
No, where's Kelly's new helmet now? He said he's got a new one, but he wasn't going to tell me about the design. He's obviously waiting to break it in. Dave, have you seen it kicking around the locker room? Can you tell us about it?
I haven't seen the new helmet, no. I had an opportunity to see the stick today, and I think we would all like to own some of Hiro Yamagata's originals.
Boy,
yeah? Yeah. But what do you do when the stick breaks? I mean, has he done all of his sticks?
You put it up for auction.
I don't know. It looked like he came in with a dozen of them this morning.
He's my hero.
Scott Levens on the far side, back for Blake. 8 minutes to go, second period. Kings are leading at 5-0. 24-19 are the shots on goal. A 4-0 lead at the end of the first period, added to by Robert Long here in the second. And they're trying to add more. Dixon Ward, Donnelly down low. Zhitnik kicked it in for Donnelly. Ward looking to the middle. The shot, good save as Conacher going for his second. Billington got it with a blocker. A couple of good friends right there. Conacher and Billington this morning, sharing some old times in the game as they used to play together for the New Jersey Devils and in the organization there, both minor and at the NHL level. Loose at center. Ottawa centers. Levens comes back to get it. Both teams coming over. Gretzky back out on the ice. 7:20 left here in the second. Dumped in high off the glass. Huddy goes back to get it. Charlie Huddy reversing direction with it. Near side for Tony Granato. Granato. Gretzky trailing. Gretzky. Granato cutting to the net, so was Zhitnik. Look at the pass to Zhitnik. Granato got the shot. Went over Zhitnik's stick. Granato was on the far side and got the chance. Gary Curry backing up on defense. Comes back at center to get it. Curry starting up. Granato back after the 15-game suspension, joining Gretzky and Curry on that line. Gretzky the 360. Near side for Huddy, who was moving in. Andrew McBain intercepts the pass. McBain had it. Dineen. Gord Dineen got it up near side, and they do clear the zone. McIlwain got it up, lost it. Sador. Sador brings it right back in. Billington came on in this game after 4 goals had been scored against Mark LaForest, the starter. Kings intercepted and couldn't control Turgeon. Sylvain Turgeon off Kelly Rudy.
Dave, you've seen Wayne Gretzky long enough. There can't be many things that he does that surprise you.
Well, you would be surprised. I mean, you think you've seen it all, and you know, he'll come up with something new, like the 360 that he just had there.
Yeah.
You know, he'll be throwing passes out behind his back onto somebody's stick, or else he'll be behind the net and he'll try to bank it in off the goalie or something, and you'll think to yourself, now did he try to do that, or was he trying to pass?
Hey, you mean we're not the only guys that sit up there and do that? Well, I'm glad somebody else says that too.
A mark of greatness. You're not sure if he intended it or not. Gretzky down low. Gretzky trying to center. Had Reichel cutting in. Near side. Waters could not hold it. And it's cleared the length of the ice. They wave off any icing. Back to get it packed. His pass comes out to center to Reichel. Reichel had it knocked away. Shuchuk over. And it's the Ottawa Senators getting it back. 25-20 the shot. Senators have come back in the shots, but haven't gotten anything by Kelly Rudy will still trail it here by a score of 5-0. Bringing it in is Alexander Daigle. Daigle drops it in front of the net. Kelly Rudy batted at it. Didn't look like he got much of that. Check put on in the near side corner. Troy Millette. Wow, did he put a shot on Pat Conacher? They both get up. Millette took Conacher head first into the boards in the corner. Back to center. Just dumped in. Tim Pack sent it in. Teams coming over the boards on the change. Through center ice. That's where the Senators run into trouble. They just do not connect coming through center to set up any scoring chances. So a lot of the dump and chase game. Derek Meyer sending that one in. Ends up in the seats. 4:44 left to go here. Take a look at this shot in the corner. Millette and Conacher.
Well, there ain't no doubt about the power of two. For yeah, boy, trust, rock and roll. Get out of there. Get out, get into the air. Vertical.
We're ball players and we're okay. We're not fat and lazy like the bonus say. In spring we train real hard.
Yeah.
So we look good on our baseball cards. They're ball players, or so they say. They'd rather be doing as for Bengay.
If they ain't in shape, they don't care. Just ink the deal to Hawk underwear.
We're ball players and we're okay. Get in shape by opening day. Thanks to these, we'll be ready to play. Oh, and ship your butts to AA. Yeah.
National Hockey Night on ESPN. It's Friday night, and we've got the Chicago Blackhawks and the New York Rangers. 8 o'clock Eastern, Friday night. National Hockey Night, ESPN. And the Rangers suddenly are not so secure. Number 1 in the league. Shitnick the shot. The New Jersey Devils have crept to within 4 of the New York Rangers. Claude Boyven. Boyven brings it into the zone. Scott Levens cutting to the net for him. Levens tried to tip it and got tied up. Outstanding defensive play again in front of the net. Shitnick just wasn't going to let Levens get that tip off, and he didn't. 5-0 here. The Kings on top. 4:14 left to go. Blake back. Shitnick ahead. Robert Long has got a goal with Robitaille and John Drews pinned up. Robitaille had it. McIlwain knocked it away into the corner. Clyde Boyven sent it behind the net. Aaron Rumble back to get it. Rumble up along the boards. Boyven, the 24-year-old, drops it off. McIlwain cutting in. Blake was there. Robert Long, Senators changing behind the play. Long with John Drews. But he gets stood up on the far side. Couldn't do anything with it. And the Senators just clear it out of the zone. Dave Taylor with 3:42 left to go here. Number 1, I want to thank you for coming up. We miss you not being out there on the ice, but certainly hope, first of all, the medical problem gets better for you. I would love to see you back there playing. Can this team make it back to the playoffs?
I think we can. I think it's everything's going to ride on this week. I think if we do well here in the next 4 games, that we'll be right back. And everybody knows once you get into the playoffs, anything can happen.
You proved that last year.
You proved that last year, exactly.
Certainly did that. Dumped in front. Yari Curry picks it up. Drops it off for Tony Granato. Gretzky's out there with him. Granato made the move. Granato for Gretzky! Billington makes the save.
Well, they haven't come easy for Wayne lately. Coming into tonight's game in the last 14 periods, he only had 7 shots on goal. Had a couple of good chances tonight, especially this one, but Wayne pulled the trigger on this one and shot it right into Craig Billington's center. Hit him dead center of the chest. The Senators all fell back in, and there was a nice lane for Tony Granato to get it over to him.
Gretzky has scored 2 goals in his career against Craig Billington. Nobody wants to be the team or the netminder who gives up that 802nd.
How many goaltenders has he scored on? 135?
That was the number was?
135 goaltenders in his career.
They put the list out, listed every assist on a Gretzky goal and every goaltender that he had scored against.
Some of them I never heard of, and I think I was in the league when they were here.
And Mark LaForest, who started tonight's game, had never given up a goal to Wayne Gretzky. Now, he's played in a little over 100 games, LaForest, in his career in the National Hockey League. That's Billington who's in net now.
Yeah, well, Richard Brodeur played in Vancouver, so that's why there are so many against him. Mike Liu was never in the same division, if I'm not mistaken. And Reggie Lemelin down at the bottom, and Mike Vernon both played for Calgary, so that makes sense when Wayne was in Edmonton and both here.
Mario Lassard was with the Kings for a number of years.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Those are the ones who've given up the most to Gretzky and net. Charlie Huddy. Huddy taken out of the play on the near side. Down to 2:42 left to go in the second period. A 5-0 lead for the Kings. 4-0 after one, and they've added another here. Sidor in the corner. Bangs it up for Gretzky. Tried to tip it away. Yari Curry is left behind Sidor. Gretzky. Huddy on the rush. Huddy to himself. Wayne Gretzky on the far side. Charlie didn't intend for that to happen, but it just ended up on his stick.
At least you know you're always in position.
That's right. He kept on going. Yari Curry back for Gretzky. Gretzky sends it in. Chased down near side. Ewart just flipped it out of the zone. Ended up on the Kings bench. Dave Taylor, thanks for coming up and joining us. Great to see you. I wish you all the best.
Yeah, keep it going, and we hope to see you back out there. You've got some miles left in you if you can just get this medical thing left or get it right.
I hope so.
Yep.
Thank you very much. It was a great pleasure being here.
Thanks. Dave Taylor, 17 seasons. The National Hockey League still here, still suffering from the concussion, missing his 29th game tonight. Joining us here. We keep giving you some of the numbers on Wayne Gretzky. Can you believe that? In midget hockey. Oh my gosh. The scouts were already there, waiting and watching. 2:04 left to go in this period. He does not have a goal tonight. He does have 3 assists. In this 5-0 game against the Senators. We'll follow them tomorrow night down to Orange County to take on the Ducks. 10:30 Eastern, 7:30 Pacific for tomorrow night's game. Alexander Daigle brings it in. Shot wide that time. Deep rebound back to the point. Vial held it in as he put it by Dixon Ward. McBain hit the crossbar and the pipe, and the whistle blew. There's no goal. Dennis LaRue has called a penalty against the Senators for interference. Billy Ewart, I believe, is going to go, and I think he interfered with the goaltender. Ewart was skating in the crease as that shot was taken, and I think that's a goaltender interference call. You watch Ewart down low now. He'll be in the crease as he came through. McBain taking the shot.
2 minutes for interference from the goaltender.
Jeez. It's called interference on the goaltender. He certainly wasn't in the crease when the puck was heading to the net. He wasn't even on the same side of the net as where the puck went in. Bill Ewart goes for goaltender interference. Oh, well. We thought we had it. We did. Power play for the Los Angeles Kings. With 1:47 left to go here. 1 for 4 tonight on their power play. Robert Long has picked up the goal in this period. Rob Blake has 2 in the game. Pat Conacher has 1, and Yari Curry has picked up his 29th. On the power play, Gretzky is out for it. Blake sends it in right off Billington. Look at that ricochet. Rumble picks it up and clears the zone. So the power play goal given up tonight, 95 power play goals have been given up by the Ottawa Senators. 95. They've scored 55 themselves. Yari Curry drops it off for Blake. Blake brings it in. Blake just left it for Zhitnik. Zhitnik down to Gretzky. Gretzky. 3 assist game. Zhitnik. Shot wide. Rebound. Blake.
1 minute.
Zhitnik. Billington makes the save. 58 seconds left in the period. 1:11 left on the power play opportunity. Our Bud Light scoreboard. ESPN2's Fire on Ice All Finals. Overtime for Washington. That is a huge win for them. So the Islanders still trying to make the playoffs, beating the Devils. Calgary's #1. 81 points in the Pacific Division. And Detroit picking up the victory there. Blistering shot. Zhitnik, who can really gun it. And Billington, look at the great split he does there. He runs some hockey schools throughout Canada. I think he has 3 now. Very popular, always full in the summertime for youngsters. Craig Billington, a very business-minded netminder. I mean, he is a very astute businessman outside of the game itself. Done very well, thank you. Yari Curry. Curry back up to the point. Blake, power play for the Kings. Blake, Gretzky's on the near side. Yari Curry trying to make some room for him. There's Gretzky centered and right off Billington and wide. 40 seconds to go in the period. You're looking at the time remaining in the period. More than that on the power play. Yari Curry up for Blake. Gretzky at the side of the net. Gretzky tips. Save Billington. Rebound. Jumped over Robitaille's stick to Alexander Daigle. He'll clear at the length of the ice. Gretzky will stay out. He's hanging at the blue line at the other end, as he normally does in the power play unit. Circling Jitnik. Sports Smash coming up during our second intermission. Pass ahead. Cleared out of the zone by Gord Denis. Kelly Rudy at the other end. Shots 28-20 in favor of the Kings. And there'll be more time left in this power play to start the second period, start the third, rather, as we've completed two. That's it. Los Angeles Kings have the 5-0 lead over the Senators. Gretzky has not picked up a goal. Does have 3 assists. Bill.
Yeah, he came close at the end, Gary. I'm right down where he nearly scored. You know, the Kings had a couple of objectives coming into tonight's game. First of all, winning the game to get out of this death spiral because they're on the verge of missing the playoffs. Second thing is winning the game to save their coach. And the third thing was helping Wayne score some goals. They've all been trying to do that, but it hasn't worked for Wayne yet. You said, Gary, he's got 3 assists, but I learned over the years, and if I've said it once, I've said it 100 times, don't bet against Wayne. And in this third period against the Ottawa Senators with the game pretty well in hand, you'll see Wayne get all kinds of ice time. Tomorrow night's another night against the Anaheim Ducks, but Wayne Gretzky will get lots of ice time in the third period. So with a 5-0 lead, the game is well in hand. Wayne Gretzky hasn't scored. 20 minutes left. We'll see.
Hi, everybody. We are in between periods of the Kings and Senators. I'm Deb Kaufman. Welcome to the Sports Smash. Some news of the day from the Janney camp. Craig Janney says he won't report immediately, if at all, to Vancouver. An arbitrator awarded him to the Canucks as compensation for losing Peter Nedved. Janney's apparently upset about having to leave St. Louis. Canucks and Red Wings on the ice, and Keith Primo just decks Sean Antosky. Mark Howe then takes the puck all the way. He's going to tie the game at 2. And here is the Smash replay. We do live up to our name. Earlier, Sergei Fedorov scored his 50th, up 32 late. He fights off a checking Pavel Bure. Watch the incredible shot into the empty net, 5-2 Detroit. Fedorov leading the league with 51 goals. Caps and Penguins in overtime, tied at 4. The Caps' Randy Burridge, that's your game winner, a hat trick for him, and a big win for Jim Schoenfeld and the Caps, 5-4 the final. Mike Ridley with 4 assists. To the island for Devils and Islanders. Second period tied at 1. Pierre Turgeon going to make the great move and beat Chris Terreri through the 5-hole. Isles led 2-1. Still second period, and this view is from the Hubble telescope as opposed to just your average telescope. The puck goes off Turgeon and into the net. 3-2 Isles win, snapping the Devils' 9-game unbeaten streak. Whenever the Flames and Lightning get together, it's a battle of the elements, and Mike Sullivan beats Darren Pupa top shelf. Later, it's Robert Reichel ahead to Gary Roberts. A hat trick for Roberts, 7-3 the final. Roberts finished with 4 goals and an assist. After 2 periods in Los Angeles, the Kings are shutting out Ottawa. Wayne Gretzky has 3 assists and still no goals. We'll be back with more on the Smash right after this.
Okay, classic cars. 63 Vans. Split window. Right. 68 Camaro Super Sport. GTO, any year. Nice. Gran Torino. Starsky and Hutch. Good car. 65 Mustang Ragdoll. It's obvious. 75 Pacer. Tailfin. Bumper bullets. Bench seats. Drive-ins. Boss 302s. 427 big block LED8 with an 850 double pump.
Beechwood aged Budweiser. Crisp, clean, classic.
You hit the ramp at 52 miles an hour and fly 100 feet. Your mind says fear. Your mind says pain. Your mind says death. I don't mind.
Hi, everybody. We're back, and we've got the NBA. The Rockets' Vernon Maxwell spent nearly 12 hours in a Houston jail today after being arrested on charges of carrying a weapon in his car. Maxwell was taken into custody early this morning. He'd gotten pulled over, and the officer noticed a gun in the front seat. He was held in jail several hours waiting for bail to be set. He wasn't let go until 9 o'clock tonight, but he made it to the Summit in time to start the second half against Portland. and he helped lead a fourth-quarter comeback. Here he is with the three, and the Rockets win 105-99. Hakeem with 41 points. He scores 40-plus for the third time this year. The Heat have won 11 of 13. Miami gaining some ground then on Cleveland. Here's what happened to the Cavs. His name is Dan Marley. How about another three? One more for good measure. Marley, 4-3 from downtown. The Suns win 119-106. Marley with 7 three-pointers and 34 points. Indiana setting the pace early against New York. Vern Fleming, the strip of Patrick Ewing. Taking it down, he leaves it for Dale Davis, and Davis kicks it out to Reggie Miller, who finds the stripe and nails the three. And the Knicks, without John Starks, go to Hubert Davis. He hit big buckets late, including the tough left-handed hook. Pacers are Knicks 88-82. New York's won 7 straight. 108-98 Bulls beat the Magic. Scottie Pippen with 25. Isaiah Ryder 21 to lead the T-Wolves in a rare win. Jazz and Clippers keeping it close. They're in the fourth quarter. Break out the champagne. The Pistons beat the Sonics, holding Seattle to 14 points in the fourth quarter. Golden State in control, big in the fourth. NFL now, Albert Lewis staying in the AFC West, but deserting the Chiefs for the Raiders. Their arch enemies. The four-time Pro Bowl cornerback will certainly have a different view of Joe Montana's passes as he signs the new deal after 11 years in Kansas City. Lewis Oliver is going from playing for Don Shula to playing for David Shula. The Dolphin safety is now a Cincinnati Bengal. The normally tight-fisted Bengals reportedly shelled out $3.4 million over 2 years for Oliver. Baseball now. Even though his cancer did not spread, John Kruk has elected to undergo 6 weeks of radiation. The Phillies first baseman says he'd rather do this now than experience problems later in the year and miss games at a more crucial time. The Braves said goodbye to Ron Gant. They did it to save some $4.5 million in Gant's salary. The star outfielder may be out until the All-Star break. If he clears waivers, he can sign with another team. The number 1 seed, Steffi Graf, doesn't have much competition left at Lipton. The 2, 3, and 4 seeds are all ousted. An upsetting day in Key Biscayne. For the men, Pete Sampras and Stefan Edberg advance. Michael Chang, not so lucky. We're back to the conclusion of hockey. The Kings and Senators' third period about to get underway right after this. That's all for the Smash. I'm Deb Kaufman. The Kings are shutting out the Senators 5-0.
Imagine playing beautiful melodies the moment you touch the keyboard. You'd be the life of the party. Now you can. The revolutionary Play the Piano Overnight by Patty Carlson, the amazing home video course, guarantees you'll play beautiful music the very first time you sit down. The secret is Patty's incredible shortcut method that makes playing any keyboard as simple as dialing a telephone. There's never been anything like it. Even if you've never read music or played a note, you'll be playing beautiful music in just minutes. Children love it. No more lessons and scales. It's fun and easy to play the piano the Patty Carlson way.
I enjoyed them a lot because I learned a lot.
I had a good time. I didn't know that piano lessons could be so much fun.
I said, play the piano overnight. Come on, me? That's ridiculous. But I watched the tape, and the next day I was playing the piano. There were people in my apartment building passing by me. The piano's in the lobby, and they were stopping, and they couldn't believe it was me.
From the very first day I saw the first tape, and I played those chords across there, that was beautiful. I knew that this was the easiest way I was going to learn how to play the piano.
I always wanted to play the piano before, but it was always a struggle. And with Patty's way, it's easy.
Over 200,000 satisfied people purchased the Play the Piano Overnight videotape for $59.95. But wait, for a limited time, you get the videotape, audio cassette, and finger charts, all for the incredible low price of only $19.95. That's a $40 savings, but you must order now. We're so sure you'll play the piano the very first time you sit down that if you're not completely delighted, return it for a full money-back refund, no questions asked. Give the gift of music to yourself, family, and friends. Order today.
To order, call 1-800-258-2999. That's 1-800-258-2999. Have your credit card ready or send a check or money order for $19.95 plus $4.95 shipping and handling to this address. Order now and save $40 off the regular price. You'll get to Play the Piano Overnight videotape, audio tape, and fingering cards for just $19.95 for a limited time only.
The The Kings 9 points out of a playoff spot. They have the 5-0 lead over the Ottawa Senators. Welcome back. Great Western Forum here in Los Angeles. Gretzky 3 assists, but he has not picked up a goal, so it's still 3 to tie and 4 to break. Gordie Howe.
The focus has to be for this Kings team on winning hockey games, Gary, and that is the biggest reason that Wayne Gretzky has wanted to get this thing done and over with, so that his team could go back to focusing on winning hockey games and getting into the playoffs. Well, they are focusing on that right now, but now that they got a 5-0 lead, you know that they're trying to set Wayne Gretzky up, and he's had his scoring chances. He's had 3 shots on goal, but every time he's had the puck, he's run into a problem. I mean, in the second period, it was Craig Billington he ran into. There was a problem. That was a terrific save by Billington, and we haven't given Billington, I don't think, Gary, enough credit for coming on in relief of Mark LaForest and doing a pretty darn good job, especially on Wayne. Another chance. See, Wayne lags behind the play. That's part of his genius. While the whole world is in a frenzy racing for the net, he just delayed a little bit, took a little button hook out to the right side, and then was wide open for the shot. But this is the look of frustration that Wayne Gretzky has been feeling over the last 4, now 5 games. And boy, he's had his ice time, 20 minutes and 36 seconds, and that is out of 40 minutes. So he has played just about half this game. As I mentioned, 3 shots on goal, and he has 3 terrific assists, all in the first period. But still no goals.
And he had one taken away as he put one in the first period, but it was called back on a Granato hook behind on the play. So he ends up with none of the 5 that have been put in. The shots on goal, the number is closed by Ottawa. Scoring chances clearly going to the Kings. Face-offs, at least that's a 50-50, but otherwise for Ottawa, they've not been in this game.
Now, I made a statement, Gary, when the period ended, that Wayne would play a lot in this third period. You know, the more I thought about it, now that I've had 15 minutes to think about it, with Anaheim coming up tomorrow night and the number 1 priority, the LA Kings winning hockey games, we'll have to wait and see.
He may not play a lot. We'll see. Third period when we come back. Third period, Gretzky, the Kings, 5-0 over the Ottawa Senators. See whether or not he can get closer to Gordie Howe's mark.
You can still fly with Michael Jordan. All the excitement of the Jordan career is captured in this exclusive collection, the Michael Jordan Thrill Pack. Free with your paid subscription to Sports Illustrated, the magazine that gets you into sports like no one else. Your Thrill Pack includes 2 free videos, Come Fly With Me 91 and Michael Jordan Airtime. Come fly with Michael to his early days in North Carolina and stay way up with the NBA and the original Slam and Jam and excitement. In Airtime, you go behind the scenes to see what it's like to be Michael Jordan as his championship dreams come true. Your Thrill Pack also includes this special collector's edition of Sports Illustrated. It's full-color excitement celebrating 3 seasons at the top. Get 54 issues of Sports Illustrated for only $1.39 an issue. Save over 52% off the cover price. For quicker delivery, use your credit card. Don't miss this big 3-pack Thrill Pack. It's the only way to fly. There is nothing in the world like Sports Illustrated. Get into it.
Basketball is a game of style. It's a game of form and finesse. But believe me, when I'm in your face, it's not pretty.
Fire on Ice, ESPN2's exclusive coverage of the National Hockey League is brought to you by Honda Motorcycles. Come in for Red Hot Deal Days through April 30th. Honda, come ride with us. From the MASH from Fila. Fila, change the game. And by Burger King and its everyday value menu where you can have it your way. I love this thing. The number 1 scorer in the National Hockey League, Wayne Gretzky, has added to that lead over Fedorov, 3 assists, but no goal yet tonight, and he wants to get it done.
Well, the last thing I really want to do is get in a big controversy about it, but if it seems to be a problem for people, it's very simple, I think, that you just make one professional record and one an NHL record, and it's not a big problem to have 2 records in the record book. If I was to be upset over things, I mean, the year that I was the first year in the NHL, I couldn't win Rookie of the Year because I played in the WHA, which was kind of a silly rule. So if that's the way people think, then just put 2 records in the record book. I'm sure that'll make everyone happy.
Gordie Howe has raised the issue of whether or not the total goal numbers should include those scored in the WHA, World Hockey Association. Wayne Gretzky had goals in those games. So did Gordie Howe. And Howe, well, I got to say it. I'm really disappointed in Gordie Howe. He seems not to want to relinquish the mark, and I understand that. But come on. I mean, Wayne Gretzky's going to score 801 goals. That's what you had in the NHL. Why are you raising an issue of controversy as to whether or not the World Hockey League goals should count or not? I mean, I find that demeaning to Howe and to Gretzky.
It's just so incongruous when you compare it to Gordy's reputation, his demeanor, the class with which he has carried himself for so many years as a person and as an athlete, and I think that's why it stands out. Yeah, it's inconsistent with everything we know about Gordie Howe to have him react like that.
Yeah, to raise and make it an issue. Blake goes back to get it underway, third period. Even strength, Kings leading at 5-0. 28-20 the shots. Gretzky on the ice, drops it back towards the line. And offside, Gordon Dineen tried to bring it back in, but it had come outside the line. A victory by the Kings here tonight. They could pull within 7 of that final playoff spot in the Western Conference. They will play tomorrow night against the Mighty Ducks, and we will be there. ESPN2's Fire on Ice will have the game for you at 7:30 Pacific and 10:30 Eastern. Barry Melrose's job that everyone said was on the line. During the game tonight, at the end of the first period, Nick Beverly was meeting with some of the writers up here in our broadcast area. We were told that Beverly said it was just a rumor, almost a vicious rumor that had no in fact nature to it, and seemed to be saying Melrose's job, at least for the moment, is not on the line.
I think he called it, according to one of the reporters that gave us the information, it was kind of just an improv press conference. Nick Beverly said that it was irresponsible reporting by the New York Post to suggest that this was going to happen.
I will repeat what Barry Melrose told me before the game. It may have been irresponsible, but it was clear it was coming. Penalty coming up, delayed call, covered up by Kelly Rudy. Barry Melrose was called by Bruce McNall last night, told that things were being said about his job that, as far as Bruce McNall felt, were not true, and that McNall was going to stand by Melrose but be ready for a long day. And it has been a long day, but Bruce McNall was standing by that man at this moment. So it goes on. Just underway here in the third period.
2 minutes for interference. Time of the penalty.
Senators are beginning a power play.
We talked about their rankings. There they are. How many teams are there in the league? 26. Offense is last. Defense is last. Power play 23rd. And penalty killing dead last. To make matters worse for head coach Rick Bowness of the Ottawa Senators, his dad passed away last month after a long battle with cancer, and winning hockey games at that point was secondary to Rick. It wasn't as if it was a great surprise, but Rick was very close to his dad. Fortunately, he was able to be there and be by his side the last night of his dad's life. But it hasn't been easy for the Ottawa Senators either. When we talk about the LA Kings and Barry Melrose.
Kelly Rudy, a couple of saves. Power play underway here. The Ottawa Senators, obviously, having been shut out in this game, have not converted on the 4 previous chances that they have had, 0 for 4. They get a chance here at the start of the third. Sent in wide of the net. Alexander Yashin. Yashin tried to pick up his own rebound. Deflected, though. Never got to it. Scott Levens. Levens, who works the power play with Yashin and Alexander Day. They've got Kerry Huffman working a point. Rebound, none. Kelly Rudy. Rudy's played a pretty good, not a pretty good, a very good game in net tonight. After they got the 4-0 lead, the Kings started giving up, as they tend to do, some decent chances.
There's the death graphic right there. 50 career NHL shutouts. Boy, I'll tell you, players react, goaltenders react violently. If anybody on their team mentions, if they hear the word shutout when they are working on one, in the locker room, on the bench, I mean, and it, you know, by the time you're 16 years old, coming up in whatever level of hockey, you know to shut up and not use the word shutout at any point when one of your goaltenders is working on one. And our producer, Mike Roth, that's capital R, small O, small T, small H,
blame him,
has just put up the death graphic.
Cleared back the other way. Billington goes back to get it. It's like mentioning the no-hitter. It's like the triple-double. You do not talk about positive things in sports if you're one of the athletes who's involved in the event. Played behind the net by Charlie Huddy. Short-handed, the Kings clear it out. 56 left on the power play for the Senators. They will regroup in their own end. They've got Kerry Huffman working the point. Deflected through center. Gordon Dineen. Now Derek Mayer. Mayer, the rookie, working on a point on the power play. Scott Levens. Levens brings it in, tried to dump it in front. Troy Millette was there. Poke checked away from him to center. Gretzky is out there on this particular shorthanded unit. No shots in the first period for Gretzky. 3 shots in the second. 1 goal that was put in was called back because there was a penalty on the play behind it by Granato. 3 assists on the 5 goals picked up by the Kings. Charlie Huddy clears it around, and that'll be out of the zone. Shorthanded Gretzky coming. Gretzky and Curry. Gretzky! Billington, a tough save with the left pad. Boy, you can just see Billington when he sees 99 coming. He rises a little bit to the occasion.
Gretzky lost a little bit of his angle. It looked like he fumbled the puck momentarily, and when you're cruising at that speed, he lost quite a bit of angle and had to shoot from a sharper angle than he wanted to.
Another chance for him. Power play is over. Near side, Gretzky's over there. Long score! That baby's gonna count! Wayne Gretzky! 799!
Hey, give Robert Long, the rookie Czechoslovakian player, a bunch of credit. Here he comes. The whole world knew he was going to pass. The D-man backing up, Craig Billington, everybody look at him. He telegraphed for about 2 seconds, and he still made the play to Gretzky, and Gretzky was able to put it away. But from this point on, everybody knew it was going to happen. And Wayne Gretzky gets, finally, 1 goal closer. His first goal in the last 5 games, including tonight.
So Gretzky, 2 to tie, 3 to break Gordie Howe's mark. The Kings take a 6-0 lead. Robert Long getting the assist. And a beautiful pass, a Gretzky-like pass, in fact. 3:15 of the period. Batted up in the air to the side of the net. Ragland tried to send it back in front. The puck to Phil Ewart was getting set up in front. Robitaille's got it. Robitaille dropped it. Loose near side. Taken out of the play behind the net. Derek Mayer, the rookie's been impressive tonight. He's not been afraid to hit people. He's had a lot of ice time.
And you know, he's played with quite a bit of confidence. You're right, Gary. One of the reasons he's able to do that is he hasn't been with his team all season long. I mean, it drains your confidence. I went through a situation like this in 75, 76 with the Washington Capitals. When I got traded from them, we'd just gone through a stretch of 21 games without a win. That's a long time, and nobody is confident at that point.
Wayne Gretzky gets number 799 of his career. Mom and dad and agents celebrating.
Grab your sunscreen and get ready for a scorching spring because Honda's Red Hot Deal Days are back at your local Honda dealer, and they're hotter than ever with great deals on red hot new Hondas, along with demo rides, zero down financing on many models, free service inspections and appraisals, helmet trade-ins, free Honda hats, and a whole lot more. You better get moving. Honda's Red Hot Deal Days end April 30th. Don't let it pass you by.
Blasé. Passé. Okay. Cliché. Obvious.
Tedious.
Frivolous. What a wuss.
Speechless.
So you've never done nothing till you do the full tilt taste of Diet Dude.
Obsessed.
Possessed. Impressed.
No contact.
We'll see him tonight. We'll see him tomorrow night. Maybe.
2 to tie.
Maybe we'll get lucky.
Well, this game isn't over yet. I said watch him in the 3rd period, and he has played as more than I thought he would in his first 5 minutes. This game is in hand, but Barry Melrose is continuing to put him out there.
Pat Conacher dumped it back in behind the net. Chased down by Kerry Huffman to the point. Jim Pack. Save made by Billington. Billington has given up 2 goals on 18, now 19 shots that he has faced, while Mark LaForest, the starter, gave up 4 goals on 12 shots. Warren Reichel. Reichel dropped it off to the side. Dixon Ward looking in front. Save made. Billington hangs on with Reichel cruising in. Want to remind you, World Cup skiing is coming up from Vail, Colorado. ESPN will have it for you. Thursday, the men's and women's downhill at 9:30 Eastern Time. On Friday, men's and women's Super G at 4. Saturday, the men's and women's giant slalom at 6:15. And on Sunday, the men's and women's slalom at 5:30. Tommy Moe, the gold medalist downhill. Diane Rolfe, scheduled to be involved in the World Cup finals. And Peekaboo is going to be there, too, the silver medal winner downhill. That's all coming up on ESPN.
Yes, but is Hiro Yamagata going to be there?
Only if they are willing to pay a lot of money to get him there to do some of that artwork. I'm just proud you remembered the name. At the side, Sador deflected, loose in front. Drew's shot hit the crossbar. Backhand shot deflected wide. John Drews a couple of chances. Drews had an assist on that Gretzky goal. Sador's pass was blocked. Alexander Daigle 2-on-2. Daigle brings it. Tried to drop it off, still has it. Loose on the back check, tied it up on the far side. Kelly Rudy tips it away. Donnelly to Charlie Huddy. Up to the point and batted around. Shuchuk with Donnelly. Donnelly on the right. Shuchuk the puck. Shuchuk waiting, looking, center shot, score! John Druce!
What you can't do with time and space, the valuable commodities in any sport. Gary Shuchuk has time, about an hour and a half. Space, they had about an acre and a half to work with. And that's what you can do when you got time and space. Shuchuk didn't have time to get it to Donnelly because that closed off. So he just stood there waiting for John Drews to get up on the play. Man, it looks easy when you got time out there. And the Ottawa Senators give you time.
Everything looks like a power play.
Oh, it looks like a practice.
Wow. Behind the net, Darren Rumble. Drews gets his ninth at 5:36. Gretzky's back out on the ice. Looks like Barry Melrose, what he's going to do here, he's trying to catch Ottawa at their lowest after a goal's been given up. He's getting Gretzky back out on the ice, giving Wayne every chance to get goals at the, hopefully, that he considers the most opportune moments. Back through center, play by Dineen, a 7-0 lead. Shuchuk and Huddy pick up the assists on that goal. Good play by Shuchuk to hang on and wait for that 2-on-1 to become a 3-on-2 situation. 5:36 the time of it. And the Kings continue to keep the heat on. Darren Rumble behind the net. Near side for Troy Murray. Murray drops it back into the middle. Couldn't be handled by Dave McElwain. Kings, Robitaille drops it back as they complete a line change here. Gretzky is still out there. Shipnick brings it up ice. Shipnick gets it back. Looking to the middle, Billington will make the save with Gretzky cruising in front of him. The Los Angeles Kings, a 7-0 lead on the Senators. The setup right there. No chance for Billington.
When Burger King Flame Broiling went one-on-one against frying, you know who won? Flame Broiling won, 4-1. In fact, the Flame Broiled Whopper is the #1 preferred burger in America. And for a limited time, the Whopper is just 99 cents. 99 cents for the #1 burger.
Welcome to
We
Burger
may not be the world's #1 fast food place. It just tastes that way.
Get a 99-cent Whopper at Burger King.
It's a round world, genuine and true. It keeps on spinning and you always come through. And you're giving it your best. Proud to be your bud. Budweiser. Proud to be your bud. Proud to be your bud. Ooh, yeah. Proud to be your Proud to be your bud.
Well, Marty McSorley seemed pretty happy in that interview that I did with him at the end of the first period. I don't know what happened. I don't think he's been on the ice since then, Gary. I didn't notice him in the second. Hasn't been out there this period.
Well, he was just sitting there. Now whistle on the offside pass. As you were talking about Gretzky with the game coming up tomorrow night, same may be true for people like Marty McSorley. They may be, Barry may be just giving him a long rest there. I don't know.
Well, with Stu Grimson and Todd Ewan in Anaheim, big, strong, tough guys.
Yeah.
Hard to say.
They will be out tomorrow night to put the heat on Gretzky to make sure he doesn't get it done in Anaheim. There's no love lost there. We were there for the last game those teams played when Gretzky had a big night after he had been he thought, bad-mouthed in the press by a couple of players and members of the front office of the Mighty Ducks. In behind the net, Gary Huffman. Huffman around and out. 12:53 to go in this third period with the Kings up 7-0. Gretzky a goal and 3 assists in this game. Nice block on a pass that came in front. Kelly Rudy battling now. 2 chances for Yashin. Yashin, top of the circle. Takes the shot, deflected by John Druce into the corner. Overskated in front, Ragland. Lost it. Jim Pack took it away. Held in by Vial. Vial leaves it for Yashin. Yashin will come back to the top of the circle. Shot saved. Made Kelly Rudy point blank range near side. Great chance by Kerry Hoffman, who snuck in from the point. John Druce for his second goal. Billington denies and will cover it up. Our Bud Light scoreboard, all the other games are finals in the National Hockey League. An overtime win. Washington.
Big win as well, because the Caps have been really struggling. Huge win for the Islanders, and the Devils take a step backwards in their attempt to overtake the New York Rangers for #1 overall. Calgary still not healthy, but they made so many changes. Their new guys did pretty well. Gary Roberts had 4 goals in that Calgary game, and you see Detroit 5-2 over Vancouver.
Sergei Fedorov adding to his goal totals with a couple for Detroit tonight. The Rangers in first place in the National Hockey League, 4 points ahead of New Jersey, the second best team in the National Hockey League right now.
And they could have gone within 2 with a win.
Boy, they do struggle against the Islanders on the island. Dixon Ward back to get it. University of North Dakota college player. Ward batted down by Sador. Cleared up by the Kings. This will be an icing call in Los Angeles. Back on the touch-up is Darren Rumble. Stopping the clock with 11:45 left to go. This season, 5 wins on the road and 5 at home to the Ottawa Senators with their 10 wins total. Kings trying to get out of their 0-6-2 here at home. They haven't won in the last 8 at home. There you see the shots as they've come in spurts down there tonight on Kelly Rudy. Chances of 2 or 3 at a time, and then he'll wait for 8 minutes while he watches the play at the other end.
I figured the over-under would be about 13, but there are only 7 total goals. There's Anthony Robbins, the motivational guru who spoke to the LA Kings today. He followed the team into the locker room during the second intermission. I was down by the glass. He was cruising by him.
Tarkington there?
Pardon?
Tarkington there?
Friend?
Yeah. I didn't think you could do anything without Tarkington introducing. We come back through center ice. Those of you who missed the infomercials, you haven't missed anything. But here's Donnelly. Donnelly drops it off, deflects up in the air, and it'll be played out of the zone by Scott Levens. A lot of ice time for Darren Rumble tonight. Rumble, the shot save made. Kelly Rudy, he made a stick save on that, headed for the wide side post. Rumble again dumps it back into the middle, picked up by Donnelly. 3-on-3. Donnelly, and an offside call. Dixon Ward had entered the zone on the near side. 2 goals in the last 30 games for Mike Donnelly.
Well, he could sure help the cause if he got started again. Last year at 29 goals. Coming into tonight's game, he's got 16. He has still got the wheels. Boy, he can make things happen because he's such a terrific skater. But he has had such a difficult time scoring. And for that matter, if you look up and down the Kings lineup, I mean, Luc Robitaille is way behind last year. Tony Granato, Sandstrom was when he was here. Wayne Gretzky is the only guy that was ahead of last year's pace.
And in a league that's been devoted to goaltending and defense this season, the Kings have not gotten that part of the job done. And it has hurt them dearly when all those other people weren't putting the points on. Blake drops it off near side. Gretzky's on the wide side wing. Shipnick back to center. Intercepted by Gord Dineen. Dineen back for Troy Murray. Murray sends it in. Kelly Rudy will let that one roll wide. Blake coming back to get it. Got tied up in the corner. McIlwain has it. McIlwain lost it. Yari Curry got it back. Centered around the boards. Troy Murray over there. He backs it up. And Blake with a 2-goal night. Sends it out through center to Gretzky. Gretzky 3-on-2. 3-on-3. Got it over to Granato. Granato the shot. Had it partially blocked. McIlwain comes back out to center ice. Troy Murray. They want to change it up, so it's sent in. Kelly Rudy back to get it. Midway through the third period, the Kings shutting out the Senators. 7-0 after the Senators had won the first game. These teams played 5-2. Warren Reichel. Poke checked away from him to Curry. Gretzky still out there. Far side for Reichel. Reichel pinned up. Rumble got a piece of him there. Played by Yashin. Yashin's pass deflects on through center. This will be an icing call. Chased down by Jim Pack at the other end. And they wave it off. Must be 7-0. Rumble the shot. Save made. Rudy. Rebound deflected up into Rudy's glove. Kelly Rudy 2 saves on that one. Herb Ragland behind the play. Talking to Kelly Rudy with a smile on his face. Reichel drops it off. Conacher tied up. John Goose with a goal tonight. Sends it back, and a whistle and a penalty coming up behind the net. With 9:22 left to go here in the third period, a high sticking call will be coming up in a power play for the Kings when we come back.
Music's everything.
The beat is there, it's universal.
It's gonna make you want to dance.
It's slamming.
Funky.
Feel the raw energy of 19 of America's hottest urban artists on one cool new CD. Free with your paid subscription to Vibe magazine.
Free CD, yes.
Get the Vibe CD free when you subscribe to Vibe magazine. Vibe is a voice as fresh, urgent, and uncensored as the culture it covers.
Because it speaks to all kinds of people.
Call now and get 10 issues of Vibe for 3 monthly installments of only $3.99, plus a free CD.
Well, you can't beat that.
I think it's an excellent deal.
This magazine is realizing that young people are changing. It's exciting.
Multicultural. It just got those powerful pictures.
It's hype.
You don't have to worry.
Call now to get in on Vibe and own this great new CD.
Another moment from Wayne Gretzky's career. This one was a hat trick night. This was the first of 3 pick up against Glenn Healy and the New York Islanders. His 700th goal, January 3 of 91. He now has 799. He's added 1 tonight. And he is out on the ice. A power play for the Los Angeles Kings on the high sticking call. 9:18 left to go here in the third. Senators third out of the zone. Gretzky getting his goal here in this period. This will be the 5th power play chance. That's the time remaining in the game. Gary Curry brings it in. Gretzky, Charlie Huddy, Sador, a lot of room. Sador saved Billington, and a whistle as he hangs on.
I'm going to tell you what the Senators are doing. The last 3 shifts Wayne Gretzky has been on the ice. As soon as he has touched the puck, a player has skated to him, and once Wayne has made the pass, the Senators guys have just stayed with him. I mean, they haven't allowed him to get back into play, so even if there was a rebound, Wayne has been a long way from the net. Just over the blue line here, he's waiting for it. When he finally gets it, Troy Murray goes over there, and he see how he sort of blocks him out. I mean, he always has Wayne at his back. And even if Wayne had tried to get to the net, Troy Murray is a big addition for this Ottawa team. I mean, it doesn't show on paper, but after they lost Mark Lamb to the Philadelphia Flyers in a trade, they needed a guy like Troy Murray. Veteran guy, good in the faceoffs, good in the locker room. Yeah, it's a little too late this season, but they've got room for Troy Murray next year.
Kelly Rudy coming out to help here. Charlie Huddy. Ottawa wanted to change it up. Only get a half change on the short-handed unit. Zhitnik tried to drop it for Gretzky. Intercepted and sent out of the zone by McBain. If Gretzky stays out for this whole thing, he's still out there in the ice. Rob Blake looking for a hat trick in this game as he's picked up 2. 54 left on the power play. Sent in, not particularly hard. Kent Painter went back to get it. Not out of the zone. Blake down for Gretzky. Knocks it down. Robitaille. Curry. Gretzky up front. There's Gretzky. Goal and 3 assists tonight. Back for Wayne. 115 points in the season. Centered. Gary Curry trying to bump it in front. And Billington hangs on.
Well, Wayne has now got to stick on his knees again and is really sucking for air out there. He has played so much in this game and had to spend a little bit of energy on that setup. But boy, anytime you see a player that goes to that position, stick on the knees, it generally means that they're trying to open up their lungs and get a little more air in there. And Curry's in the same situation. Gary Curry, well, he's only sitting on 193 of Wayne's 799 goals now. Yeah, 799 now.
Gary was...
I say only sarcastically, of course, because they have been such a terrific tandem.
That's number 1 on the assist list for Wayne.
Yeah.
Gary saying tonight, I asked him how badly he wanted to be on that goal that comes 802, and he just smiled and said, oh, I really hope so. After all of those, he'd love to have that record-breaking assist. One of them. Blake back at center. 16 seconds left in the power play. Wayne has stayed out here. Gretzky still on the ice. Brought in by Robert Long. Long drops it off. Yari Curry. Gretzky's on the near side. Blake looking. Shot over the head of Wellington. Rebound back. Zhitnik. Zhitnik held it in. Penalty is over. Well, they do not convert on that power play chance. Remains 7-0 Kings on top. 7-17. Rudy getting himself in trouble. Gets away with it. Kelly Rudy had to play it around the boards. And he gets back in net. Cleared up by Jim Pack to center. John Drews with Gretzky still out there. Gretzky racing over. Puck. Blake kicked it in. You can see the Kings, they're almost trying too hard. Everybody's looking for Gretzky. They're trying to get it to him. He overskates the puck almost. Yashin was able to hang on. Gretzky will head to the bench. He was up there for the whole power play and then stayed at even strength. Back to the point. Shot there. Kelly Rudy on the save. Derek Mayer got it straight on net. Deflected. Millette shot. Banked up in the air as it went off Bill Ewart. Chased down on the corner by Yashin. Yashin had it taken away by John Drews. Drews has played some outstanding hockey for the Los Angeles Kings. And has done it here again tonight. Both teams changing up with 6:20 left to go in the third. Jim Pack drops it off. Kings getting their people out on the ice here. Comes back into the middle. Conacher, great save, Billington. The rebound under the pile. Pat Conacher, he tipped it in. Billington played very tough since coming on for Mark LaForest. He's given up 3. LaForest gave up 4.
Crack open a smoother, better draft. Ice Draft from Budweiser is ice brewed, chilled below freezing, then cold filtered. From now on, a cold draft just isn't cool enough. Ask for Ice Draft, only from Budweiser.
Come on, I want to show you there's more to cable than what you see. Gather around. This, folks, is why I brought you out here. It's fiber optic cable. It's going to bring you a better picture than you've ever seen before. Interactive TV. You can get more channels on your TV than you could possibly imagine. Isn't that amazing? Yeah! Go off and tell the world what you've learned here today. Yeah, cable. I think I had a pretty good day today. I enlightened a lot of people. Okay, who else?
He has had 59 starts this season for the Los Angeles Kings at net. May get a shutout in this one as he leads at 7-0. Don't know whether or not he's going to play tomorrow night or not, but we'll be there to find out for you. It'll be the Anaheim Mighty Ducks against the Los Angeles Kings tomorrow night at 10:30 Eastern and 7:30 Pacific. Cleared around the net by Derek Mayer. Bounces out through center ice. 6 minutes left, third period. Shots 38-31 in favor of the Kings, who have the 7-0 lead. Poke checked away by Jim Pack. Brought in offside. Kelly Rudy holding it up behind the net. Rudy's 0-1-1 in the 2 seasons that the Ottawa Senators have been in the National Hockey League. Batted away at center. Fighting for possession. Dixon Ward trying to back it up. Intercepted and sent right back in by Mayer. Kelly Rudy again out to play it. Conacher's pass. Knocked down at center. Rumbled into the zone. Tried to center. Knocked away. Down they go. Everybody fell down. Alexander Daigle was able to hold that one in. Otherwise, the Kings are going to be off and running. Deneen sends it in on the change. Senators coming over as they dumped it down low. Tim Waters out through center. Ward over to Donnelly. Donnelly gets tied up by Gord Deneen. Glove down at the side of the net by Dixon Ward, but he didn't have anybody to pass to. Ragland picks it up, starts it up ice. There, Ragland hooked by Donnelly from behind. Lost control of it. Bouncing puck off the pad. Sador. Errol Sador. The Kings can win here at home tonight. They'll even the home record at 15-15-4. has been another problem for him because on the road they've only won 8 games. His team that last season won 39 games during the regular season. They've won only 22 games, which is really hard to believe when you take a look at the talent of this team.
Yeah, it's kind of a relative world, isn't it? And after last year's trip to the Stanley Cup Finals, that's what makes it harder for everybody to swallow in this franchise, from ownership to players, including the fans. Yeah. They expected so much from this group.
How can Curry, Gretzky, Donnelly, Blake kind of team, Granado, Sandstrom, who was here, have only 22 wins. Cleared back out through center. Barry Huffman. Huffman sends it in wide of the net. 3:54 left to go. Gretzky out on the ice. Tried to strip the puck away. Couldn't do it. Gretzky, 1 goal here tonight. 799. He also had 3 assists. 4-point game for him here. Jari Kurri. Kurri coming through center. Jari Kurri up. Back for Gretzky. Billington never got the half to make the save on that one. Jordanine blocked it out deep. Gretzky wound up and let her go. Back through center. Back to get it to Zhitnik. Zhitnik. Over for Donnelly. Gretzky stays out with his line. And now with the Senators down here, 7-0. Their primary concern is not to let Gretzky get any more. Zhitnik on the near side. They would like to get 1 and not be shut out. Troy Millette backed it up. Millette, Yashin. Yashin sent it in. Shot McBain over the right shoulder. Yashin again. Yashin trying to jam it short side, and Kelly Rudy hangs on as Zhitnik dumps it. There is Jari Kurri talking with Troy Millette. Told you we talked with him before the game how much he would like to be a part of the record-breaking goal when it comes for Wayne Gretzky. Jari Kurri.
Well, I think I'm really exciting. I mean, I just can't wait to get that, that record. And, I mean, we already been looking for a long time, and I think he's been looking for a long time, and he's pretty exciting. And just to be a part of that, I'm really happy about it.
I love the way he uses we. It was like we've been after this record, and he's sincere about that because he feels that way.
Man, a few words. He doesn't even talk that much with Wayne.
Good guy. Comes back through center. Tim Waters chasing it down. Waters off the boards. Drews touched it up on the wrong side of the red line for the offside pass. 2:36 left to go, third period. Great to have you with us on ESPN2's Fire on Ice here at the Great Western Forum in Los Angeles. The Gretzky Watch continues. More importantly for the Los Angeles Kings, not being able to equal the marks of last year, certainly. Those are some distinct numbers. Comparisons through the games, 68 last year, this year.
Such an irony in the sense that Wayne Gretzky's career was up in the air last year. He was injured and didn't know if he would continue, and the team ended up basically getting itself into the playoffs and then advancing to the finals with Wayne's help. But this year, an exact opposite. Wayne Gretzky has had another terrific year. He will probably win the scoring title. He will very shortly pull into the #1 slot overall for career goals, and the rest of the guys haven't done anything. I mean, it's the exact opposite from last year.
A very real irony may take place. They don't make the playoffs. Alexander Daigle trying to get it out of the zone. Didn't. Jim Pack's shot was blocked. Daigle sliding. And a whistle. Not a penalty. And I'm not sure what the whistle was for, to tell you the truth.
Maybe because the puck went into the crowd.
That could be. That would help.
Boy, this kid's going to be great. Alexander Yashin. When he moved to Ottawa this year, he was their first pick last year. They didn't even want him. He ended up being 3rd overall. The Senators wanted to pick Roman Hamrlik, but Tampa Bay had the first pick. And when they finally got the 3rd pick, they wanted to know, or the 2nd pick at least, they weren't sure whether they were going to take Darius Kasparaitis or Alexander Yashin. So they basically sort of settled for Yashin. But the guy they wanted was Roman Hamrlik. But Yashin's going to be great. Moved to Ottawa, brought his mom and dad over, and his 12-year-old brother lives with them.
Second among rookie scorers. Billington the save. With 2:02 left to go, Gretzky's back out on the ice with Granado and Jari Kurri. Charlie Huddy taking that shot from the far side.
Oh, it's been a long night for Wayne. long night as far as ice time that he has logged. He shouldn't have much trouble sleeping tonight.
Simply got to get on a bus and go down to Anaheim before he gets to bed. Gretzky moving in to take the draw. 2:02 left to go, third period. Even strength situation here. Face-off will come against Troy Murray. Murray wins the face-off behind him to Gord Dineen. Senators run it out of the zone. Jari Kurri tipped it away to Granato. Granato sending it right back in. Gretzky just kind of cruising, looking for a hole out there right now. Granato, Jari Kurri. Kurri, Granato. Gretzky's in front of the net. Granato pinned up along the boards. Just trying to hold it in, does. Granato again moving over. Can't get it from Vial. Gretzky's behind the net. Gretzky held onto by Gord Dineen. Sent it out in front. The Senators will get it out. Minute 22 left to go. Kelly Hrudey trying to pick up the shutout in this game. Zador gets hit as it comes to Jari Kurri. Kurri, Reichel, and Gretzky out there on the line. Kurri, Reichel. Having trouble as he got it off the skates. Sends it into the zone. Kings are changing. Gretzky was back. Pushed back to center to Zhitnik. 1 minute left. Kings leading at 7-0. Gretzky with 1 goal in the game. And Kelly Hrudey's not giving anything up. Swept back to center. Almost. McBain's got it. Bain sends it in. They wave this off. Zhitnik back. Zhitnik avoids the check of Boyven. Gretzky's still out there. Can't clear the zone, though. In loose, penalty coming up. Yes, going to be on the Kings. The tripping call out along the blue line with 38 seconds remaining to go. And that will give a power play to the Senators.
Well, Kelly Hrudey has really stood on his head tonight, folks. That's what the script says, and we didn't want to disappoint you. He's on the verge of his first shutout this season. 38.5 seconds to go, and now he will have to deal with an Ottawa power play, which really hasn't even come close to being effective in this hockey game. But it's almost as if it follows the script. Every shutout is not without its trying moments in the last seconds of a game. And for Kelly Hrudey with the face-off deep in his zone, this might be the case as well.
Rob Stauber is the only shutout picked up this season for the Los Angeles Kings. Kelly Hrudey will try and make it 2 on the year for the Kings. His 15th. 40-32 the shots in favor of Los Angeles. 38 seconds left to go. The Kings trying to pull within 7 of a playoff spot in San Jose. But Anaheim's between them and San Jose. Matt Conacher picked up a goal tonight. Hasn't played a lot in the third. He got some rest for tomorrow night. Marty McSorley hasn't played in the third. Conacher tipped away. Waters. Near side Huffman. Huffman drops it back. Rumble. 10 seconds left to go. Gary Huffman. Huffman shot. Kelly Hrudey knocked away and covers with the action on the doorstep. 4.5 remaining in the game. 4-point night for Gretzky. But only 1 goal. Say only 1.
Well, he knows he's going to get Gordy's all-time record. He wants to get it out of the way so his team can concentrate on the playoffs. But 4 points is important to him as well. At one point before this game started, Sergei Fedorov had actually tied Wayne for the lead in the league overall scoring. And now Wayne with his 4 points is 4 points ahead. Kelly Hrudey, 4.5 seconds, serious.
Empty net.
Well, there you go. I mean, with the Ottawa Senators pulling their goaltender here with 4.5 seconds to go to try and bust Kelly Hrudey's shutout, Barry Melrose has countered with Wayne.
4.5 seconds left. Empty net at the other end. Billington has gone to the bench. Gretzky's getting set up.
And he's in the shooting hole. Look where he's standing. He's going to be right behind Pat Conacher. So if Conacher wins it, he's just going to try and drill her down, baby.
Gary Huffman's the man along the blue line who'll try and block it. Conacher trying to kick it back. Gretzky will not get the chance. And Kelly Hrudey comes away with a shutout. And is congratulated first by Gretzky as he went by him. So the Gretzky watch will continue. 799. He now needs 2 to tie Gordie Howe and 3 to break it. For Kelly Hrudey, his 227th career win. 7-0 Kings.